In a world of remakes and remasters,
Are we playing for
what was once sacred and cool has now soured and become lame.
Red?
Gone are the days of Paz and Cowabunga. Now is the reign of slurp juice and dabs. Kids these days don't even know how bad they've got it. Now it's up to the best generation to rise to the occasion and make a show that dares to go where a lot of other nerdy shows have already gone quite a bit. That's right. They're going to talk about it a lot.
Sorry, my mic was off. Hello, my name is Alan Greene. On the morning of November 36th of 2022, my wife assaulted me. She asked if we could go to Target, and I said, "Do we have to?" She pressured me continually to go to Target, even though she promised beforehand if she went in the future, I wouldn't have to come. She continued to pressure me to take her on a trip to Target with her. I didn't say no. I didn't say stop. We went to Target, and she promised beforehand that we were only buying groceries. But once we got there, she changed her mind. She wanted to go down every single aisle. She proceeded to go down every single aisle as quickly as possible. Aisle after aisle after aisle. It was over very fast. Most people think it takes a long time to shop at Target.
Most people will be right.
But my wife was very fast. She came and went very early. And I will not be pressured into silence. Even though we agreed beforehand that she was only buying groceries, she proceeded to fill the entire shopping cart with things she didn't know she wanted until she saw them at Target, including many items that we already have plenty of back at the house. I was financially assaulted. My wallet was not prepared. And even though I didn't say no, and I didn't say stop, when we tried to leave Target, I asked if we could go to another store and maybe buy something for me, and she said no. And that's when I decided retroactively that the entire experience had been a financial assault. I don't really know where to end this bit.
I'm with you, bro.
Okay. How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm loving the comments. The comments are great.
I've been improvising this whole time. This is a W2, by the way, so don't steal any of my information. If you got that on camera, it's the only piece of paper I had downstairs. Welcome to Best Gen, everybody. This is wait, no, sorry, the best bit. So I will reenact how my wife assaulted me.
No, dear.
Oh, I want you to think about this when you balance our checkbook tonight. I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this when we can't pay our bills.
That was
I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to make this video, but my wife forced me to reenact every minute of it. And I also got naked I should have gotten naked for the reenactment. Did you guys notice that, by the way?
Oh, man.
In between takes, now I gotta fix my whole camera. In between takes, she got naked.
What?
In her explanation video, guys. It's insane. Oh, no. Screw it back on.
That's crazy.
My camera's broke.
it.
I think I broke my camera.
Yep.
Oh, no. We're good. We're Gucci. We're Gucci, baby.
And once you unscrew, you can't re-screw.
Oh. So keep telling her. So anyway, this is Best Gen, where nerds complain about nerdy things. It happens to be called Best Gen because all of us on the panel are mas o menos from the same generation. We happen to think that it's the best one, not because we're better than you, but because our movies and entertainment certainly were. So strap in and prepare to wax nostalgic as we reminisce upon the days of yore while simultaneously complaining about the utter filth that Hollywood keeps churning out on a daily basis. How's everybody doing tonight? I know that intro was a little bit weird.
I was going to say, it probably would be better with
Don't worry, it won't happen again. Or will it tomorrow?
Who knows?
3 days.
Oh, boy.
It was definitely hard to watch.
That's a metaphor. She stayed with him for 3 days. Where was I going to sleep?
No.
So-
Where is he going to sleep? That should have been the question.
In case you didn't get it, the entire intro is a metaphor for the Daniel Greene, Naomi King situation. Goodness gracious, it's crazy. It's so utterly crazy, and there's so much to go over. We'll get into nerdy stuff, trust me. But I'm a booktuber. I have to talk about the biggest scandal in all of booktube, right? Goodness gracious, I can't fix the camera. Anyway, I shouldn't have done that last bit, but it was the best part. You've been waiting for hours. Okay. We'll read the comments real quick. We've got some wonderful people in the chat. Mark Clark's been waiting since before we started. Mark. Joshua Templeton. I saw the super chat and I jumped ahead. Justin Hancock and Mark Clark with a super chat of $9.99 because I don't make you feel bad when you ask for help for a prayer. Anytime, man. You can just DM me. It doesn't even have to be. That's the thing. Like, people think, like prayer has to be for like something big. It's not. Like, God is your loving Heavenly Father, and He will listen to you anytime you want. And I will always pray for you, but you can also pray for yourself. I encourage anyone to develop a relationship with your Heavenly Father. It's wonderful. I already put the comment away. I can't wait to see all the apology videos. Okay. We'll get into it. Profits in the chat. Why would she make the second video? I know. We all know Alan can't say no to his wife. Steve told me something was coming. Yeah, it was. I hope that paid off. I almost forgot the last bit, but I remembered the last second. I make shopping sound dirty. It is. She freely admitted it. Yeah. She assaulted my wallet. Yeah. She's naked in bed. Yeah. Okay. So she released a video accusing Daniel Greene of sensual assault. Mm-hmm. And didn't provide a lot of details. But the details that she did provide were immediately sketchy. And the left, because they eat their own and because they have no moral principles, immediately jumped on the video. Oh, we have to believe all women, so Daniel is immediately canceled. The entirety of BookTube canceled him. Said, "Oh, I'm so sorry for ever. I stand with Naomi King. I'm so sorry for ever associating with Daniel Greene, despite Daniel Greene probably having influenced or helped create most of their channels too, like Man Carrying Thing, who I think is really funny. Canceled Daniel Greene, and Daniel Greene didn't build his entire audience, but he had a huge part in helping Man Carrying Thing in the YouTube space, and he immediately canceled him, blocked him and everything. Because we have to. That's the thing. It doesn't require rational thought, because it's impossible to think rationally and justify anything woke. So she released the video. It was sketchy. Everyone that I'm talking to online, the regular people, are like, we don't even like Daniel Greene that much, but this doesn't make sense. So the only people willing to defend Daniel Greene are the people that he's pissed off because he told all Christians to go F themselves.
Yeah.
And his only friends now have to cancel him because they're forced to believe all women. Okay? And this was before the second video came out. And then she released the video yesterday, which is the most insane thing of all time. She got so high on the unanimous praise from speaking her truth that she decided to do a second video where she went into more detail and posted all of the facts.
We didn't need more detail.
But she actually thought, that's the thing, the woke mind virus corrupts your brain so badly that Naomi King actually thought that the facts that she presented would back up her claim that she was assaulted, not knowing that it completely proved the opposite. Everything that she did was consensual, and she admitted it in texts.
Well, here's the way I took it. I think there is certainly a degree of that, but I think there probably was a degree of her not consenting. But she, like she said in her video, she didn't make it clear enough from the beginning.
She didn't. She never told him no, and she never told him to stop. She may not have wanted it. Yeah. Okay, I'm not saying she didn't. She's lying about not wanting it.
Yeah.
But they planned a trip, a friend trip, where he's going to spoil her, and she is a sugar baby. He paid her money. He wasn't spoiling her with gifts. Yeah. He paid her money. That's not sugar baby, sugar daddy. That's prostitution.
Yeah,
and they only had one hotel room and one bed.
Yeah. What do you think?
They were planning on hooking up. She didn't like the way that it happened, but she didn't say no in the moment. That's not assault. That's regret.
Well, I would just add though that I think as we look at this story in future, as far as context for other individuals that may be going through this, like, it is important.
That's who I feel bad for.
Fight it and say no and stop. Like, those things are so crucial in these sorts of applications, because it makes it so clear your intentions, your desires. Otherwise, there's no way for you to clearly state or later when you regret it to be able to fight it, right? And to be able to get the help that you need. And it's sad because I'm sure there's thousands
the thing.
Of cases that are very similar to this, where maybe they weren't paid, right? And it was more of an assault.
Yeah.
But because they didn't do those things, they can't really fight it. And that's what's sad.
It's horrible. And the victims of this are the actual victims of assault. Because now it's going to be harder to believe.
Yeah.
I mean, not just this instance. But that's why I hate this so much. Because every time it happens, it makes it worse for real victims.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But this is also why we need to wait before while we wait for evidence and hear all the
innocent until proven guilty, yes. Which the left does not believe in.
Right, exactly. But it's been proven time and time again. You gotta wait for the evidence. If actual abuse happened, cancel the guy. As what's happening with
he felt guilty.
Jonathan Majors.
You can see it in the texts. He felt guilty about cheating on his girlfriend, not about what he did, because it was consensual.
Yeah.
And she showed those texts where he's talking about how bad he feels for his girlfriend and said, see, this is proof that he felt bad for what he did to me. That's not what he was saying at all.
Yeah. Well, and it sounded like, too, that a lot of those texts happened before the incident, right? So this was something that they were dealing with beforehand.
Yeah, it was 3 years of a relationship before the event. And after it happened the first time, she stayed with him for 2 more days. And the worst part is, like she didn't like it, whatever, okay? It happened again the second day, and she again didn't say no. And then on the third day, they were relaxing by the pool, or it may have been day 2, okay? And she asked him, I got to pull it up so I don't get it wrong, because I wrote it down. This is the most damning part, okay? Let me pull it up.
I was just thinking too about like Daniel Greene's side of it, and it's like, you know what?
Oh, he's a scumbag.
Yeah, he was not any better of a person. That is 100% sure.
Okay, I got the quote. Yeah. No, it doesn't. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And here the best part is, this doesn't make this makes Daniel Greene look worse to the people like us. But it makes him look better for the psychopaths. Like, anyway, so this is a quote from her text. When we were talking by the pool, you asked me what my favorite part of the trip was. This was on day 2. Okay? And I said, just hanging out with you, preferably by the pool. And you said your favorite part was the stuff that we couldn't talk about. So don't try and put any of this on me. I never asked you to cheat. The last night, I told you that I wanted to do more. Day 3, because you had said that was your favorite part. And then then you played it like you didn't want it again. So she came on to him on the 3rd day, and he said no. That's not assault. I'm sorry, it's not. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's well, and the other thing too that I thought was interesting about this is like, I think Daniel Greene, it's possible. Like, I'm not okay. What I'm trying to say is that like he could be a very good, nice guy, right? But like.
He's extremely. I met him at Dragonsteel. He's extremely nice in person. I actually had a really good conversation with Daniel Greene.
Yeah,
despite me disagreeing with 90% of his politics, we had a good conversation.
Yeah, and sadly, it's these sorts of decisions that can change your life in an instant. So anyway.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, like she completely ruined his career. And then single-handedly saved it. That's the thing. With an accusation like this, it doesn't even matter if it's true or not. You're canceled because you have to believe all women. So the only people that were willing to support him, that didn't want to buy his books anyway. There are way too many comments for me to keep up with. She wanted more. Yeah. Like this is she was clearly she's said that she wanted a relationship with him. But he chose his girlfriend over her. And now she's trying to milk it. Denying your woman's sex is abusive, yeah.
Well, Prophet of the Dragon had the one, too, where she's like, she just doesn't want to do it without any lube, too. And you're just like, okay, that's...
So you were okay with the idea of it happening. You just didn't like how it happened.
She wasn't clear enough. And I think that's the problem with these sorts of cases. It's like,
be clear. You got to be clear.
So clear. So,
if you want, like, I don't want to. Okay, I'll get into like one more specific, and then I don't want to talk about it anymore. But she talks about how after it started, She didn't say no. She didn't say stop. So she just laid there on her back and let him do his thing. But then she describes the things that he did to her, and they couldn't have happened. Not all of them could have happened with her on her back. She goes, he did this, he did this, he did this. You're like, you would have had to flip over 2 or 3 or 4 times to do all of these actions. So you weren't just laying there. Like
Yeah.
She's constantly contradicting herself. But the worst part was in the second video during the reenactment, to reenact the assault on YouTube, in between cuts, she got naked. So she climbs into bed clothed, and then the camera cuts, and she's naked with the blanket on top of her, showing the positions. And you're like,
The heck?
what?
Yeah.
She wanted him to leave his girlfriend at the time, now fiance. Yeah. It's if you watch the videos yourself, it's kind of entertaining. It's also just kind of gross. So
No, it was hard to watch.
It's really hard to watch.
Yeah. You don't need it.
If you want to watch just one thing and not anything else, watch like the first 5 minutes of the second video, so yesterday's video, because the best part is when she says, Daniel first slid into my DMs chatting about Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
He first slid into my DMs using Black Lives Matter as the pretext.
It's a great pickup line, man.
But like the smoking gun, the thing that made it look worse for Daniel Greene was the fact that he sent her a cease and desist after she posted the video a year ago when she hadn't mentioned him by name. And she's like, oh, I didn't even talk about him at all, and he sent me a cease and desist, so what does that say about him? What she conveniently leaves out about that story is that it was 3 videos. There was 1 public video and 2 unlisted videos where she addresses him and addresses his girlfriend, and she sent them to them respectively, but she also shared it with all of her friends, and they were passing it around to other people. And that's why she got a cease and desist, and it included all 3 videos.
Yep.
But so what was happening is people were watching the first video and saying, who is this about? And then her friends would link the unlisted video.
Yeah.
So the thing that made it look worse, for the worst possible, her smoking gun, she destroyed herself by giving more details.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Wow.
Let's get to nerdy stuff. We had to talk about it because it's BookTube.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yep.
I disagree with 90% of Daniel Greene's politics. He doesn't look good here. He's a cheater and a scumbag. That doesn't mean he can't change. I hope he repents. I hope that this experience makes him realize the absolute lack of rationality behind the woke movement. I hope it wakes him up and he realizes, oh, this is all performative. Because that's the best thing to come out of this. You know, if there's a silver lining, it's exposing all of the people who virtue signaled and canceled him. It's showing none of these people have any morals. They will flap like a flag with the wind, whatever way the wind is blowing, because they went back and deleted all of their comments from the first video.
Oh, dang.
Because now they look horrible.
Yeah.
It is a shame because I really liked a lot of these people, but and again, they can change too, but I hope someone from this experience gets shooken so badly that they repent.
Yeah. Even Brandon Sanderson was caught up in it too. I heard he unfollowed Daniel Greene.
He unfollowed. Yeah, he hasn't made a statement, but he unfollowed him.
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
Goodness.
Trying to figure out the logistics of sex. No, it's almost as bad. Some of the things she describes. Do you remember? Do you remember when we went over Rafe Judkins' script? His for episode 1, season 1 of The Wheel of Time. And there's a scene where Matt goes down on a tavern lady.
Yeah,
and
that's when
it's physically impossible. Like how he describes it, he like slid down her body, and you're like, wait, you can't do that. Like, that's impossible. Like his arms were like clipping through her back the way that he described it.
Yeah,
it made sense when Rafe did it because he's never been with a woman, but you know. That's what this video felt like. Holy crap, there's so many comments. Okay, yeah, don't watch it. Okay, call me crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna have to skip a lot of these, but yeah, that's the thing. She said, I don't want to do it, so he didn't. He did something else. It's still gross. But he did listen to her. So Invincible, yeah. There we go. Holy cow. I'm so far behind. Yeah. All sex scenes in 101 will be focused on the pleasure of the women. Likewise, the female body should be seen as strong and in control. Yeah. It's the sex scene right after that disclaimer. The logistics don't make sense. I'll repent if it helps move on.
Thanks, Justin. Let's get us going, huh?
Okay, so all right. We got a great rest of the show for tonight. Oh, come on, that was a funny intro. That was a funny bit, and then it got serious, and now we'll get funny again. We've got news. We've got Invincible. Basically 4 episodes to talk about because none of you guys did your homework last week.
Yep.
I did. I just wasn't on last week.
I know. Yeah, and we've got baby, we've got Severance. Episode, are we on 5? No, or 4?
Yeah.
Whatever episode of Severance we're on.
Yep.
And the news, if we want to, the news could include reacting to the Wheel of Time trailer or something like that.
Okay. I haven't actually watched the trailer.
There's a new one,
but only because of his hair.
Yeah, goodness.
All right, what do you guys want to do first?
Invincible.
All right, let's talk about some things.
People want in the chat. Let's do it.
Only news, no nudes. I should.
Guess we got to move on.
Look, I wanted to actually pre-record that video, but I did not have time to do it today. But I would have slipped in some joke where, like, between cuts, like my jacket comes off or something, you know.
That's funny.
Yeah. So we're doing
wait. You know what we should talk about? Since we're talking about romance and suing people, we should talk about the whole Blake Lively and.
I have no idea what that is. So do you know? Look, my limited knowledge is she made a movie with a guy, and he didn't like it. Because she signed on as an actor then pressured her way into getting like revisions on all the scripts and everything, and he didn't like that.
It's worse than that. She weaseled her way into being the executive producer and director, basically.
Well, she's a director too.
There's a lot of maybe this is what's going on.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
We're losing audiences. The more we talk about this, everyone's
like Ryan. No, man, this is all over social media. This is the new big thing, man. No, but like Ryan Reynolds got involved, and they're saying that he was secretly trying to take over the movie. And
it's from what I don't know what the true story is. Okay, I know that both sides are mad.
Yeah.
And I also know that no one liked the movie either. So, like, who cares?
No, we don't have to talk about it.
Like, why would you put so much effort into, manipulating your way into the production of a mediocre film? If it's like Star Wars, okay, I understand.
She changed it, though. Like, they were working really hard on it, and she changed the entire thing and reworked it into her own vision of... Anyway, I don't know.
Yep.
Anyway, Invincible, baby.
Yeah.
So basically, we didn't even talk about Invincible last week.
Yeah.
They dropped 3 episodes. I just gave a summary because David hadn't watched any. But we've got 4 episodes of Invincible. What are you guys thinking?
I really like it so far. There's a couple issues. Episode 1 was a lot. Like, a lot happened. Probably too much for one episode, honestly. There were like
I thought it was
3
fine.
episodes packed into one. But that was fine. I liked.
No, was it 2 where he finds out about the 2 people that are working on the good side team and so he's
Yeah.
that one.
So episode 2 was Cecil's backstory and everything, and then it just
that's the falling out.
When we first found out, and then episode 2, it was trying to explain why Cecil did that.
Yeah. Episode 2
Right.
is the
Yeah.
so episode 1 is setting everything up. Episode 2 is the falling out.
Yeah.
Episode 3 is kind of the slowest step, is the slower one. Like let's see all the let's see the repercussions of all this, and also finally get to the Adam to the romance stuff, and also interrupt that for that weird side quest.
Yeah.
Or was that this week? Was the side quest this week?
The side quest
That was this week. Never mind.
Yeah.
So I don't remember a lot of episode 3 then.
Episode 3 was my favorite. We'll get to
What was it?
Yeah. That it was him and Omniboy.
Great stuff. Great
fantastic.
stuff. Right. I forgot about Omniboy.
Episode 1 though, so much happens. There was the return of the earthquake guy, and then he captures all of the heroes and puts them down in the subterranean area, and then they're attacked by centipedes and spiders, and the only issue that I had with that, I thought it was cool that he came back and he was like this big menacing force now, because they all thought he was a joke before, and I like that. But the only thing that was a little bit silly on that is that he captured them all in these little egg things, and none of them can escape.
Yeah, not a single one could break out of the egg things.
These robots come in and just like tear it open easily, and they're like, "What was the deal with?"
Like, why is it stronger on the inside than the outside? It didn't make a lot of sense. And these are like every single superhero in the world, and there's not one that could tunnel out of it. Yeah, that was weird.
It was a little bit weird, but other than that, I really liked that whole sequence.
I agree. I had the same exact thought when.
Yeah. Also, the only other issue that I have with this is everybody comes back. Like, and of course that's a superhero trope in comic books, especially. But like, nobody dies. Everybody from the last season that died, they're like, "Oh, we're back." Duplicate is back, and the other shrinky chick is back. Although she didn't die all the way, she was on deathbed. But
yeah, none of them died though. I mean, the only one who died was Multicate, but
Duplicate,
then that makes sense that she's still alive. The other ones were just on their deathbeds.
That's true. But yeah, also that whole thing happened with Duplicate and what's his brother, Mark? No,
Repla Bob. I don't know. Multi Bob.
It was another clever name. I forget what it's called. What he was called. But anyway, so yeah, a lot happened in episode 1. I thought it was kind of too much, but I liked the bit with the earthquake dude.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay.
Although it shows that you're muted, Jared, and I can still.
Oh, Jared.
Weird.
Okay, that's what the comment was for. Multi-Paul, right. There it is.
Multi-Paul, yeah, like multiple.
That's funny. Yeah, I thought you guys could hear me.
That was good. So yeah, that was all that I. Oh, one other thing. It was very apparent in episode 1, but the way that they animate this, they don't animate all the frames. It's like even less than typical animation. And I think it suffered a little bit in some of the action scenes, especially the one with Duplicate and Multiple.
Are they going on 4s? Is that what they're doing?
I don't know. They're skipping frames intentionally to make it look, stylized or whatever, and saves on animation. But I think it suffered, especially in that fight. There was just the action was happening too quick, and then it was just blurred mess. But That might have just been just me, but that's all I had about episode 1.
Yeah, you're right. Episode 1 was a lot. I didn't mind it though, because I mean it's been a while. But they said they announced the rest of the show is going to be coming out every year, so no more long breaks.
It's good,
which is good.
Do we know if all of it is going to happen? All of season 3 is going to happen at once, or are they going to do a mid break?
Yes. It's all that was one of the announcements too. There won't be a mid-season break.
Okay,
because that would be right now. There's only 8 episodes. Yeah.
Why? Like 10 should be the minimum, guys. Come on, what are we doing? 8-episode TV series.
This is animation though, and they are longer episodes, so there's a little bit of leeway there.
They're an hour long, but
right. But if you have 20-minute episodes and only 10 episodes, it's rough.
Yeah.
Right.
We can still hear you. Your mute is not working, Jared. It says you're muted, but we can't hear you. I mean, we can still hear you. Still hear you. That's weird.
There we go.
That's weird, man. Do you have some like override controls, Alan?
Look, don't touch anything. I can unmute you.
And I know I was trying to be muted. My wife brought me this delicious dirt.
Okay. Bye. Go away.
See, we can still hear him. He's not muted. That's weird.
Can't hear him.
I can hear him. Can you hear him?
Oh, maybe if I click the mute button, it only mutes him for me.
Huh.
Maybe there's a 2-way.
Well, my wife's amazing. She made me this dessert.
That looks good. Can we get some of that?
Well, let me turn off my video unless you guys can still see me. Can you still see me? It's like
we can still see you.
As long as she's not trying to like manipulate you into sex or anything by providing you dessert.
I would not be upset with that. Yeah. Got to get those kids, those grandkids somehow, huh?
Yeah.
Can you imagine though? Like, I mean, okay. I'm going to invite you on a friend trip and spoil you and pay you money.
We were done talking about this.
And only buy one hotel room, and it's going to be in Vegas, and the hotel room only has 1 bed. I promise nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, no.
Nothing's going to happen, Alan.
It has more episodes than Wheel of Time. Isn't it the same? I think Wheel of Time has 8 too. So he was only muted for me then. Okay. I don't know. There's something funky going on with the audio.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think. All right. Yeah. Episode 1. It's a lot of stuff, but I think it's important stuff. And
I'm just
none
saying
of it was bad.
Could have been
except for
broke up into 2 episodes with all the stuff that happened.
It's fine though.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about episode 2? Do you think that the fallout is justified, or do you think that neither of them were acting like human beings and just talking? You're like,
well,
I understand the fallout. But
that's the thing. Like, I get both sides. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't hate it, because I get both sides, and both of them have good points. The problem is Cecil wasn't acting like Cecil. Like, Cecil is like the level-headed guy who will sit you down. Hey, this is the reason why I have to do all these things, buddy. And you have powers. I don't. I have to protect the world. I can't make the same kind of compromises that you have. If you choose not to kill people, I can't do that. Like,
Yeah.
Plus, you're a Viltrumite, and I don't even know if you're going to turn on me someday. Exactly. And like all that stuff. Like
that's what he had. That's all he had to say is, "Hey, look, I trusted your father once."
And instead of doing that, he just starts fighting him, and you're like,
yeah.
Again, didn't hate it because I understand both sides, but there wasn't enough effort given to talking before having that kind of monumental fallout.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, here's the thing, though. So that's what I got from this episode is that you can start to see how what his father did may have happened or made sense, right? Like,
what's it, his father, or
how
the previous?
Kind of get to that same sort of level, right? Like, you're starting to see the anger.
Oh yeah,
right? And you're starting to see how quick it.
Well, that's on Jared, I don't know if you noticed this. That's on purpose. There's literal parallels between the fight scene in episode 1 of season 1 and this episode. It happens in some of it happens in the same place, and he just like there's frames that are identical on purpose. It's supposed to say, "Hey, Omni-Man did this too." He does a head squish thing. He does he does the same like karate chop too, where he just decapitates people.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I'm saying is that I think it's interesting that they're drawing those connections and saying, you know what, like, yeah, it makes sense why this guy's afraid. And he did mention it. He did say, yes, I'm doing this because of Omni-Man. Omni-Man, we thought we were good, like, in putting the implant in his head, right? He's like, hey, we put that in your head because of Omni-Man. Right? And so, like, he did explain why
he didn't explicitly say that, though. He said, I did it to protect myself from you. Those were his exact words.
No, but later when it did when it was about the implant, when he was down on the ground, he's like, "Did you put that in my head?" And he's like, "Yeah, because after Omni-Man had his thing, we realized we had to protect ourselves."
True. Yeah. So again, like I understand his actions.
Yeah.
But I mean, he could have explained it a lot better. Like, hey, look, Mark, I do trust you. But I also trusted Omni-Man once.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought I could trust him. And so I did this. I hopefully that I never have to use it, but it's my contingency, I think that would have went over, a lot better. But yeah, I really did like his backstory though, when we saw him younger.
Yeah.
And his, everything that he went through.
Super good stuff. Yeah. Really good.
His conversations with the previous director of the department or whatever, and he said, hey, we can be the good guys or we can save the world,
Him going through the same moment that Mark is introduced to and then choosing a different path.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
and Mark is unwilling to make that compromise.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like it. It was good arc for him.
The best argument that Cecil had was the whole like, you don't think people can change? Like, we gave you another chance, we gave all these people another chance. How come these people don't deserve another chance?
I mean, I think,
and also Mark wants to give his father Omni-Man another chance.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly. He meant, and then he mentions that once, and then doesn't drill any like so. So what's the deal, man? Like you just went and had a powwow with your daddy on a different planet.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And
make
he
any
did
sense.
way worse things than Sinclair. I don't know. Yeah.
No, way worse.
I was like, wait, did he? And then yes, he did.
Yeah.
Sinclair just killed a couple students. Okay, it's not even that bad. You can quote me on that.
No, please don't.
Oh, I just got canceled.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, episode 2 was really fun. I just wish that there was a little more believable. It felt like I was watching, Captain America: Civil War again, and you're like,
yeah, good point.
Why are we fighting? It only made sense at the end of that movie when his mom and dad die, and you're like, okay, now he's pissed. I believed the fight then. I didn't believe it the entire rest of the movie.
Yep. I agree. And then episode 3 was absolutely fantastic.
Episode 3 is great.
Loved episode 3. Mark is going with Oliver, and he decides to name himself Kid Omni-Man or Omni-Boy.
Okay.
And he doesn't realize
really
how
funny
bad that is.
But there's a little bit of inconsistency, okay? Because the tailor says, I thought he meant the O stood for Oliver. Okay, that's understandable. But why is it the exact same design of O that's on Omni-Man? Okay?
Yeah, that's a little bit on the nose.
I thought I was making an X. Oh, no, that's a swastika. Like,
yeah.
I thought it stood for Xavier, not the Third Reich.
Yeah. That would be a good analogy. But yeah, I loved everything with that. Like, Oliver just wants to go out there and be a hero, but he's too eager and he doesn't understand the responsibility and the danger and the morality of everything. And I thought the
really good.
was that the talk with him and Invincible, and him with his mom, just talking about what's the value of life and which lives matter and who gets to decide that. That was all just wonderful.
Yeah, I thought that was a big win for them, for sure.
Yeah. It was a really, really good episode.
Mark just leaving to chase the missile down and saying, run away. Like, say, come with me now. Like, leave them. But I get he had to, he did have to go.
He didn't. Yeah. Hey, Mexa.
Yo, I'm back.
Hey, join us again.
We're talking about Invincible, though, so you might want to leave because we'll spoil it.
Well, we're almost done.
Yeah, we're almost done.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna come back in like 10 minutes then.
Yeah. Give us 10 minutes and we'll be done. We'll do some news.
Gonna eat. See you guys in a bit.
Okay.
I didn't like episode 4.
Wait. I think there's more to talk about with this Omni.
Okay. Go back to 3.
Because I really like. And the thing that I really like too about Omni Boy is that it's showing the same sort of progression that you get with Mark, but it's a lot faster and a lot more severe, right? Because he's 3 years old. Yeah, so he's a kid for one, right? So he's
not even the age that he looks either. So he looks like a 9-year-old, but he's not. He's like 2 or 3
because he ages faster because the alien race, whatever.
So
which makes sense why he gets his powers faster, and he's really strong for his age, right?
Yeah. And then I think too that it's fun to see like when he's put in that situation, right? Like he's obviously threatened, and he's trying to save Mark, right? Like that's the thing. He's like, hey, they attacked you. Like I was just helping, and I was making sure that they don't ever hurt anyone ever again, right? But it's like the way that he did it obviously wasn't right. And so it's like it's that talk where they finally sat down and discussed, okay, well, why is my life any more like, well, because literally he's like, but why does it matter if innocent people die? He's like, I don't care if anybody else dies, like I'll kill them all, like right. And it scares you. Like when you first hear that, I was like, oh shoot, he's gonna turn into a freaking another Omni-Man. And then because of that talk, it was so
a good talk.
It was, and the way that they showed it, it literally, he was like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Like that obviously was wrong.
Yeah, and it parallels too, especially with someone like the Maulers who clone themselves and just keep coming back, right? If you leave one of them alive, they'll clone each other and they keep coming back and destroying more. So kill them, right? So they can't kill anybody else. That's what's going through his head. But yeah, I thought it was really good. All
right, we can go on to 4 now. Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, but then there's also the on 3 is where you're introduced to that thing that was spying on him.
Yeah, the orb thing.
Yeah, the orb thing,
which is Angstrom, another Angstrom Levy.
Wait, so we know who this guy is then?
It showed a clip. Yeah. Right after he destroyed it and it exploded, it showed a version of Angstrom Levy sitting in a chair watching the feed.
So Angstrom,
it showed like the back of his head.
I didn't catch who that was.
So that's the guy that was
that he killed last season. Yeah, big brain head.
Yeah, that had
multiverse guy.
Alternative universes.
At least I'm 90% sure that was him. I might have to go back and look.
That's who I thought it could be, but
it was.
They kind of got rid of him last season. I wasn't sure.
Well, there's different versions of him, so it's another.
I thought he like merged all versions of him or something, and he was the only version.
That's why I said
across all the universes.
Oh, let me go check. I'll bring it up.
Yeah,
I didn't love episode 4 though. I don't.
Yeah,
I get we've already introduced time travel into this universe. I don't like it. I don't like the time travel stuff in this. I think
time travel.
We're already dealing with multiverse and stuff. I guess it's the same thing, but it was many, but not all of them. Yeah, so I think I'm correct. But now you guys have me second guessing myself.
The thing with the future is it's like the future is set in that universe, right? Like, so to see your future or to see your past,
right? But it won't be the same
is
though.
you, but in the future, right? Right?
No.
It is you.
No. Once you see it, it will create a different branch.
Well,
That's
yes,
how the time travel stuff works here.
Yeah.
But he didn't see. Well, so yeah, but that's the thing. It's like,
It depends on what you're. But in the Invincible universe, that is not guaranteed to be their future, unless they make unless they decide to make choice. Yeah. But him knowing, so it will likely never happen because now he knows if he leaves him in charge, it's going to go bad. So he's not going to make that same choice.
I agree.
Yeah,
it's
But I typically do not like time travel.
It's not like recursive time traveling in the Invincible universe. It's branches. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I typically don't like time travel if it's introduced into an already established universe.
Yeah.
I love time travel if like that is the point of the series or the movie or something.
Yes.
But I don't like it when it's introduced and like, oh yeah, this is the thing we can do now. It typically just gets too messy and too many cop outs,
And I thought it was weird where literally the guys still in the Declaration, they're just like, oh yeah, we're from the future. It's like, what?
Their plan was to steal the Declaration because its ink had a poison.
Yeah.
It was just too silly.
But,
it was weird.
They actually steal the Declaration in was it episode 2 or 3? I don't remember.
I think it was 2.
It's one of them. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
It was weird.
I
hope we don't revisit it a whole lot. Alternate universes is a different thing entirely, but time travel I don't like.
Oh, not episode 4. I needed to look up episode 3. I needed to look.
Yeah, at the end of episode 3 is when he destroys the drone thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 3.
Okay. Let me look up this.
I got
Okay.
But,
no, the Wikipedia summary says that the drone belongs to Angstrom, who survived the previous encounter with Mark.
Okay.
So
wait, he survived it's not a different version of Angstrom Levy?
It might be. This is just the Wikipedia.
I was gonna say, this summary. Is Wikipedia we're talking about. Hold on.
He smushed him.
Yeah. But all of his body is brain. That's a
not his whole body.
Callback reference. My brother and I are reading Ultimate Iron Man right now.
Iron Man.
And it's trippy, man.
It's weird. Yeah, so he blows it up and it pans out and it's you can
Does
see
he have the big brain or is it
No.
Oh, it just in subtitles it says it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
they're giving it away.
A happy family.
I thought I saw his head, but I guess not. Anyway.
Yeah, I guess in the subtitles and Amazon's little pause feature where you can see the actors in a scene.
Okay. Angstrom Levy.
Okay. So do you think this is the same version or do you think it's a different alternate version of him?
It can't be. It would be stupid if it was the same version.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I guess all of the other.
It wasn't all of them.
Basically, hate Mark, right?
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Because in every other universe, Mark is a baddie.
Yeah,
it's only this one where he's a goodie, which I just don't believe. There's got to be more than one universe where he's whatever. It's a little silly. I don't like the multiverse thing. It kind of just takes.
Yeah, multiverse is a cop out too, but to me, it's less offensive than time travel.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if I believe Immortal going crazy.
Yeah.
Because he wants to die, like. It was silly. Yeah. I didn't like it. I didn't like those two characters either, the time travelers.
Well, and they all of a sudden are
yeah. There's only one timeline where we beat Thanos, and
yeah.
But you could see as a viewer, there were tons of other choices that they could have made.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I did see, Mark, they've been working on a Goonies sequel for like 10 or 15 years now.
The $199.
But it's been
not really
on
excited.
And off production, and I think they're finally moving forward with it, but we'll see.
I don't think the first Goonies is that good.
I love it.
I agree. I
think it's overrated. I don't think it's bad. I think it's overrated.
I love it. I think it's fun and nostalgic, but it's not as good as I remember being as a kid. It is a really Goonies fan. We just showed it to our.
I never saw it as a kid, and I don't think it holds up.
It's
saw
silly
it as an adult.
It's silly, but it's really good. Those the child actors, with the exception of one of them, I didn't really like Mouth.
Yeah, they all.
But all the child actors are amazing. And speaking of which, we're done talking about Invincible, yeah.
Yeah.
I went and saw Love Hurts with my wife on Valentine's Day. It's got what's his bucket?
Is it from Goonies?
Yeah, short. It's got
Short
Sean
Round,
Astin, and it's got Short Round from
Ki
Hu Kwan or whatever, and it's got one of the other guys from Goonies too in it.
Really?
Yeah, but it was really fun.
It's Sean Astin.
Yeah, it's got both of them and one of the other.
Oh, it's got a third Goonie.
Yeah, let me look it up. But it was really fun. It was very reminiscent. It's very violent and there's a lot of swearing in it. But it was a really fun movie. And is it Cam Kidron? Is he
cool?
Anyway, he was
wow.
Was it Marshawn Lynch? Was he in the Goonies?
That's cool.
That was a joke, dude.
No, I'm trying to look it up.
He's a football player. Oh, you were responding to the comment. Okay.
I'm pretty sure there was another one because I saw a
Marshawn Lynch joke.
Yeah. Okay, maybe there's not a third one, but there was. They did have a meetup on the red carpet of the event or whatever, and they all took a picture together. So I just assumed they were all three in there. But yeah, it's got Sean Astin and Ki Hu Kwan. And it was really fun. I think Ki Hu Kwan is like the new Jackie Chan. He's just phenomenal. He's been popping up again in lots of things, and he did Everything Everywhere All at Once, which was a fine movie. It kind of fell apart in the end, I think, but it was fun, and he did lots of martial arts in there too. And his action is very reminiscent of old Jackie Chan things, throwing props around and very, very well choreographed, fun fight scenes that are just
I want to
not realistic, but really, really fun to watch.
I would love to see just another Jackie Chan in another movie like that,
Yeah,
I think he's gotten too old.
I know.
Well, he's doing another Karate Kid, apparently.
But he's not doing the fighting in Karate Kid.
Probably not. Yeah,
I think he has a fight scene with Ralph Macchio, but it's like a friendly fight scene.
Yeah. But anyways, I liked the movie. It was really fun. I think the ending.
I heard the ending to Cobra Kai was good.
But wasn't super great, but it was a fun movie. I liked it a lot.
Okay. Love Hurts. I'll have to look at that.
See, you could do
a lot of swearing.
You could do old Jackie Chan, doing Liam Neeson movies,
Mm-hmm. Jackie Chan was my hero.
Well, he's definitely been in some stuff lately, but they're more dramatic. They're more.
No, he's been in stuff. I just want my old Jackie Chan back, baby.
I know.
I want my Jackie Chan. His fight scenes are so beautiful. They're so good.
Yeah, they're really fun.
Anyway, he could do a Gran Torino Nights. Okay.
There was a rumor that they were going to do another Shanghai. They did Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Nights, and there was going to be a Shanghai something else. I don't know. Some other time of day. Shanghai after brunch. I think that's another one that's like in perpetual limbo, but
Shanghai brunch. I do comedy. Now we're done, and Max is not back. But we can make fun of Jared, who had the audacity.
It was supposed to be Shanghai Dawn
2 weeks ago to tell me that tariffs don't work. Jared.
No.
Jared.
No. That's I did not tell you that they didn't
They
work.
worked the next day. This was the day after our stream.
I know.
Okay?
Look, I'm worried that if you have them long term,
but that's not the point of tariffs.
But he's talked about literally doing that very thing, is basically getting rid of income taxes and relying solely on taxing other countries, which is very dangerous.
Goodness, Justin. Yeah.
But I agree. I agree that these particular tariffs,
income tax is a relatively new concept.
Yeah.
In the history of our nation, and we survived for a long time without income tax, and I think income tax is evil.
I agree that
the problem
worse than income tax though. Income tax is the majority of tax, but the concept of property tax pisses me off to my core.
Yeah.
The fact that you can own a house and still, if you don't pay a little bit of taxes on it, it's taken away.
Yeah.
You can own property and it can be taken away because you don't pay property tax. Screw you, government.
Well, see, because here's the thing. Here's the thing with income tax. Income tax is essentially you tax those that are working.
Stop it, Mark.
You don't pay for everything that the people that aren't working need, right? So it's like, I get that it's kind of this idea of trying to spread.
You can accomplish everything you need with tariffs and sales tax. That's all you need.
Yeah. My problem with that, I agree with you, and I think everybody would be better off if that were the case. But the problem is if you were to abolish it now, income tax and property tax, and just do the sales tax and tariffs if you need them.
That's the thing.
The prices of everything are going to go up. But our ability to pay for them is going to be drastically increased, and I think it'll be better off. But
I agree.
At face value, everybody's like, oh, the prices of everything are getting so expensive. Trump's not working. It's not doing anything. And it's going to take a while for people to realize, hey, we're making more money. I can pay for this stuff. Yeah. It's better. But at face value, if you just look at it, it's going to suck.
And the people in the news who are telling you Trump's tariffs aren't going to work, they're lying to you. Because if that were true, then Biden would have gotten rid of all of Trump's tariffs from his first term.
As well. Yes.
And he kept
a
every single one. It's doublespeak. They don't actually believe what they're saying.
I know that, yes. Yeah. I'm just saying
the country was founded off, we ran completely off of tariffs until Wilson.
And I guess what I'm trying to say is it's
I get it's a scary thought.
Rely completely on tariffs, and I also don't think that should be the sort of approach that we take, right? To be like, oh yeah, if you want to do anything here in the United States, we're going to charge you money. We're going to charge you tons and tons of money. You know, it's like we should be trying to collaborate with other people, right? We should be trying to collaborate with other countries, but like I do get it that it does help because they've been taking advantage of us for so long. A lot of people have, and I get that. So.
Jared, even Jeremy in the cornering, he's giving his mom grandkids.
Wow.
Got him. Keep roasting, Jared. Keep it up.
Guys, come on.
Don Quixote.
If your wife keeps making you those nice puddings like that, it's not going to take long, believe me.
Don Quixote is
that's not the real problem. The real problem is paying off student loans. Carl. So anything you guys can do to help me pay off those student loans?
Oh, I'm still working on my wife's student loans, bro.
I know you were banking on Biden paying those off for you. I'm not going to help.
Hey, I wasn't going to complain if he did. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So ridiculous. Okay. So we covered this last week, but Jared, I don't know if you know about the whole Doge thing, right?
Oh yeah, I've heard lots of the Doge stuff.
Yeah, the Department of Government,
incredibly crazy stuff come from the Doge on it.
Department of Government Efficiency. But the best part are the programmers that he brought on to audit all the code and stuff.
Yeah.
They're like 18, 19, 20-year-olds, and everyone's pissed about it. And it's hilarious. And one of the guys, one of them, his name is Big Balls, and he got canceled because he had a mean tweet, and then they rehired him because they're like, wait, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
but the funniest thing, this is the funniest thing. This is only to make sure you had the context. This happened this week. One of the Doge guys, not Big Balls, it's a different one. He has a Substack where you can pay $1,000 a month or $10,000 a year to access, and it's empty because he knew that journalists were going to pay for it to try and dig up dirt on him.
Wow.
Boom.
Wow.
He didn't like advertise it to regular people too. He's just like, hey, I'm gonna create a Substack. Because how? Oh. That's and the only people it could possibly punish are the douchebags. It's brilliant.
No, I think that the Doge program has definitely helped shed a light on a lot of issues because here's the thing. The government has been spending trillions and trillions of dollars on things that aren't necessarily for our benefit.
And they haven't been able to pass an audit for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And so I think that the idea of holding the government responsible for their spending is
so hot.
But I mean, there's a lot of controversy in that. I know there's been a lot of legal concerns about it because of whether or not the president, for example, has the authority to. That's
literally his purview.
Well,
that is his job.
A lot of that also goes through the let's see, no, not the judicial, the
legislative
branch. Yeah, so the legislative branch,
so they make the legislation.
How that goes.
But the executive branch, it's called a check and a balance.
Yes.
So they make the legislation, and the executive branch has the power to check in and make sure they're not lying about what they're spending their money on. It's literally that's what the office is there for.
Yeah.
Is to audit each other.
Yeah, no.
They're not going in and making laws.
Yeah.
They're saying, hey, what did you do with all the money that we gave you? It's brilliant.
Yeah. I just think the name is confusing because
there's already Buffy controversy. I know that they're doing a reboot without Joss Whedon, and it's a female director.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's any controversy yet, but I do know
Mark Clark
that our boy Frankie Muniz raced in the Daytona 500 and placed 10th.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been in that industry for several years now, and he's actually been pretty good.
Yeah, but this is the best he's done.
Well, the video says he finished 11th.
Yes, but it got changed. There was a disqualification, so he's 10th.
Oh.
Now. At the time he recorded the video, he was 11th.
Yeah.
And yes, there was one disqualification. Dude, that's
crazy.
Cool,
that is crazy.
10 out of 500? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
I just want to see.
I'll just let you guys know, Mark, that I've noted your comments. So just know that I'm reading them.
Did I miss another one dragging you?
They're trying to get me to cut my hair and.
Congress controls the money that USA is supposed to kick back in bribes.
Tempt Sampson to cut his hair and lose his powers. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, they're rebooting Buffy without Joss Whedon because he got canceled. Apparently, he didn't even do anything bad. He's just mean on set. He got canceled for being for being Stanley Kubrick.
Right.
Hey, well, if no one wants to work with you, then why would they hire you back?
Yeah, I heard about Elon's new kid because he's got like 14 love children. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too. Actually.
Wow.
Oh, the cast said that they would quit if the Xander actor returned because he got canceled for something too, right?
Sure.
Funny. It's all virtue signal. It means nothing. If he actually returned, they would put up a fit, and then they would act. If they were getting paid money, they're stupid. Anyway, I just want to see Agent Cody Banks 3. Okay? And Jackie Chan could be in it. Jackie Chan could be the villain. Frankie Muniz could fight Jackie Chan.
Heck yeah.
Wow.
In Agent Cody Banks 3. And it's the exact same tone, super cheesy, horrible writing, but he's murdering people because he's an adult now.
That'd be funny.
Like, it's still just him trying to impress a girl, while saving the world. And the humor is exactly the same.
Oh, okay. So what if he's grown up now? He's married and has a daughter.
She's the Agent Banks.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying it's a son. He has a son. Her son is dating. his son is dating, and he's trying to impress the girl. He's like, "Hey, I'm a cool dad."
Yeah, cool dad.
I'm a spy. It's just my cover story that I work at McDonald's. I'm actually a spy.
That could be funny, actually.
And then Jackie Chan comes in and tries to, as the Hamburglar. Cody Banks, Tokyo Drift. Dude, I love Frankie Muniz so much. I want to see him in stuff. And I hope it's not just 3 episodes of a Malcolm in the Middle reboot that's horrible because Disney made it.
Yeah.
I know he's happy racing, but I like his face. He's just such a nice person. The Hamburglar. In fantastic news, A Court of Thorns and Roses is done. So we won't have to watch that anymore.
That was a prequel that had come out.
What?
That
right? That was a prequel of the.
No, it's a romantasy that's just porn.
Oh, I thought this. Okay, I thought this was the Wheel of Time. Not Wheel of Time. The
Game of Thrones spinoff.
Game of Thrones.
No, it's a horrible romantasy.
I see.
Watch.
no, please don't.
No. This is the map.
That's just England.
That's
the United Kingdom.
It's also totally ripping off Game of Thrones too. There's a wall. It's divided. There's a night court and a day court and a dawn court and a winter court and a summer court and an autumn court and a spring court.
But then there's a hole where there should be another court.
But there's a wall and then there's a village. So and the Court of Nightmares.
Those courts just want to keep those villagers out of their District 13s or whatever.
That's really
this was the Game of Thrones copy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, except it's
except
it's gay.
Yeah. Is this the author that we heard from at Dragonsteel, or is this a different?
No. That was an Amazon thing.
Okay.
That was an Amazon deal. That was
I don't remember who. So someone on the panel of Dragonsteel was like, "Oh, I'm so happy to get my stuff adapted. Rafe Judkins is going to be the show writer." No.
Yeah, no. That was like the book was like one word.
Yeah, I don't remember. It might have been that.
It was like Thorned or something like that.
I think it was the Thorn or Cursed series or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Shattered maybe, was that it?
Let's see. Okay. So Rings of Power is officially renewed for season 3. They decided not to cancel it yet. But there's going to be a huge time jump. They're going to skip directly into the thick of the fighting because I think they know it's not going to last 10 seasons and they want to get to the end. So it's going to be about him crafting the One Ring and fighting the war. That's the end of the story.
It's kind of difficult because it was already planned for 3 seasons. It was not renewed. Like, it was already there was already a contract for 3 seasons.
I did hear that, and it was already contracted.
And I remember because you were saying that they were going to cancel after the 3rd one, and it's probably looking like that's the case.
They're not filming until spring.
Oh, so it's coming out in
that's in a couple months.
A year and a half.
Yeah, so it's not coming out till at least 2026.
Exactly.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Albelio.
But imagine waiting this long to start a new season of it. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
They gave up on that.
my feelings exactly.
They gave up on it already. I think that.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's Gilded.
they see the end
David.
in sight.
Mark's got us.
Gilded. That's what it was.
Okay, what is a Kotar?
Akotar.
Oh, A Court of Thorns and Roses. And Fourth Wing is Killing Fantasy. No, I think they're capitalizing. Romanticy's been a thing for a while, right? And those are the worst ones, the most egregious ones. I think they're just capitalizing on a trend that's gonna, burn out just as fast as 50 Shades of Grey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree, Justin. It's going to be good content to talk about, but I am not looking forward to it because it hurts me. It hurts my soul.
Yeah. But the craziest part about the news is how the time gaps between seasons.
Yeah.
It's unsustainable.
Yep. Even for good cinema, like
yeah, they should have already
Game of Thrones. What the hell is the Game of Thrones prequel?
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, they just started filming last month.
Yeah.
They started filming season 3.
Especially the ending of the last season. We're like, okay, we're gearing up for war. Like, come on, get on that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why people wait so long between.
And the reason that season 2 was messed up is because they're like, oh, we're going to give you more seasons, so we're going to reorganize season 2. So they already knew that, and the fact that they waited so long to start filming it is insane.
Yeah,
I bet
it means that they give up. They give up already. They're gonna make it a 6 episode season. It's gonna be worse than all of them before. They give up.
Don't say that, Mexa. Don't say that.
David, you sent me this one, and I didn't read it.
I did, and I completely forgot what it was saying.
Netflix missed the boat with its video game answer to Amazon's Rings of Power.
Yeah.
A video game adaptation? Or a video, because I know that Netflix does video games.
That's what I thought. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it was. No, it was the Tales of the Shire. It's a new. It's kind of like a farming simulator, but in the world of Lord of the Rings.
I hate it.
Well, I mean, it's an interesting concept, right?
I don't.
But,
I'm talking about the artwork. I don't like it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Gross. That's worse.
But the fact that they're trying to tie it into the Lord of the Rings, like, first of all, they're saying Netflix lost an opportunity here because Netflix has a gaming platform, and they should have hosted this on their platform to promote the show or something. It makes absolutely no sense.
Is that on Amazon?
I mean, Amazon, right?
But who owns the game?
I don't know.
Why is Netflix part of this discussion at all?
It's available on Netflix.
The game is?
Yeah.
So I think what is that Amazon should have done this because Amazon has a gaming service too.
Yeah, I know, but who owns the rights to this game?
I don't know. It's Monolith. No. Unlike Middle Earth games from Monolith Productions. I don't know.
If it's not Netflix,
it's stupid.
Why are we talking about Netflix at all?
Because everybody wants a piece of the pie that is Rings of Power.
It's on PlayStation.
The fact that the Tales of the Shire isn't on Netflix in particular is rather disappointing. It seems that one game that would be perfect for the platform.
Right. It makes absolutely no sense. Because Rings of Power came out, and it would counter Amazon having Rings of Power. Dude, it doesn't make sense at all. It's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Yeah, I gotta laugh at it.
Right.
So
cool beans. So to promote Captain America 4,
6,
Brave New World. They tried to copy the Tom Cruise skydiving thing with Anthony Mackie, but it's gay as heck because it's tandem. Like, it was cool when Tom Cruise did it because he's cool.
Yeah.
This isn't cool. It's weird. And I get couple times, more than a couple times you do skydiving, you have to go tandem. Yeah. So you know how to do it. So why are we doing it at all? We're just showing that he's clearly not the Falcon because he's doing a skydiving. It's just it just gives me the same energy as, how do you do, fellow kids, That's what I see here.
Yeah.
We're doing it too. The movie's going to be so cool. So cool. Whatever.
Yeah. Did you see Shad's comments on the film?
He said it was not terrible.
Yeah, he said it doesn't suck. I think he gave it a 5 out of 10. He's like, it wasn't terrible, and that's all I can say about it. That's the best praise that he could give.
I haven't heard that one. You sent me this one too. Disney is fixing the content warnings on their old stuff.
Fixing is a bit
they're changing.
Strong. They're changing the wording of the thing from I think that's the first one. It says there's maybe representation that is inaccurate, or something. And that's
how about you just show the movies?
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what they're changing it to. It used to say. Yeah,
these statements aren't making a lot of sense.
That's the statement that they made, saying
about
that they're going to make the change.
This program is presented as originally created and may contain stereotypes of negative depictions. The word "may," in this case, doing a lot of the heavy lifting for not making a value judgment.
Right. I think so. They changed it. It's still there, but they changed it from what it was, saying. I believe they say later on.
No, they're changing it to this. Right now, it says this is bad, and they're changing it to some people think that this is bad.
Right.
Huh.
How about you just don't say anything at all? If you think it's bad, you'll watch it and say, "Hey, I think that it's bad."
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if you don't, you'll watch it.
Yep.
What does this do? At all?
Gay.
It provides nothing. It does nothing.
Yep. Yeah. I agree.
No one's getting rid of DEI. Look up Brit. Yes, I know. It's we live in Utah, bud. Trust me, we know. Governor Cox is changing the names of all the DEI officers. It's horrible.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. This is them saying that they made a change without really doing anything, not really committing. This is them hedging their bets by putting "may" in the disclaimer.
I don't care.
So
And we got a meme.
Oh,
JFK
nice.
was sworn in today on a raw 32-ounce ribeye.
Nice.
It's pretty great.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, yo, I look like some scenes from the Captain America new movie, and it looks like they ran out of budget. Like, it looks so bad. It looks
Well,
like
they did.
CW.
They reshot it 4 times.
Yeah, it looks CW. Like, I don't know what Chad is going on like on and about, but
I think he was just talking
I
about
don't
the
know,
story. But
yeah, I think it's gonna be dog water, and it's not doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. MCU is dead.
unfortunately, we're also related to Governor Cox. So
Yeah.
distantly, but
Very distantly.
anyway, there's the Wheel of Time trailer too. I don't know if you guys want to see it, but
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
it's
I
only
haven't
2
seen
minutes.
it. Let's do it.
Okay, I don't
hold
know
on,
anything about it.
Bring
so
on the pain.
Yeah,
See you guys.
see you, man.
Thanks,
Have a
see you,
good
mate.
night, guys.
Have a good night.
Hey, Mexa. Thanks for joining us a bit.
It's not good.
Okay.
I know you were thinking, could this be good? It's
Oh
not.
yes,
Shoot.
that was
Actually,
the number one
I
question
did
on my
watch
mind.
a snip of it, I think, and there was one thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk about it afterwards.
You've already seen the pictures of Matt wearing a dress, right?
Yeah,
No.
we brought that.
Oh, that was last
Wait,
week.
You brought that on the show last week. That's right. Bring
Jared
those up
hasn't.
again.
Yeah.
It's weird, man. Weird.
So instead of sending Matt to Ruidion with Rand, he goes
Like
to
one of the
Tanchico
most
with the
important-
girls, and he's wearing a dress the whole time.
What? Why? Why is he going to Tanchico?
Yeah, good question.
Why is he wearing a dress? I don't know.
Ruidion is one of the most important plot points for Matt's character.
Yeah.
Sound?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
We have to pause. Sometimes people get mad at me when we pause. We have to,
I don't want it.
Yep.
or they'll take down the video.
Ooh.
Prime time.
Oh, this is the end of this.
Oh.
It's it's over. It's over. I did the wrong voice. I don't know what that first voice was. So, desert, and
The world is changing.
these are the 3 girls. This is Elaine,
I was gonna say that looks probably like.
Egwene, and Nynaeve.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
On horses,
And
I mean, it
then
looks
the
beautiful. It looks
Tanchico.
beautiful.
I guess. I don't know what that is. And then we get Rand in a river, and he's got.
world is
Okay,
changing.
so that's supposed to be his dragon. So that's his dragon.
I don't know.
Oh, he grew out his hair again. Okay.
For one shot. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that this
Get behind that.
this could be like an end towards the end of the season, or it's more likely one of the visions in Ruidion.
I'm guessing this is probably near the end because I did see a snip earlier, earlier or another day where he was starting to grow his hair out. So I'm thinking that he's probably gonna get to this.
Okay.
The reason why Matt is in a dress is because he's hiding so that he won't be recognized as the horn blower. Well, then
We'll come back to it. Bring up those pictures.
Joshua, have you seen the trailer? You activated my trap card. I think it's in the trailer too. It might have just been in the
Sucking in a
stills.
ball of light. Yeah, you showed Steele's last week.
It might have. It's in the stills. He's getting his portrait taken with the horn
Yep.
and using it to pick up chicks, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't. This is the Choden Call. For some reason, and for some reason, Moraine has it, and for some reason, she's sucking on it. Don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't recall what that was.
Huh?
I don't recall the purpose of that.
It's a Angreal.
Oh, okay.
It's an access key.
Yep.
How many horses died during this production?
Good question.
Yeah. So she's just channeling alone in the middle of the desert.
Okay.
Don't know what that's about. And then this is going to be the opening. This is the opening scene of the season.
So that's Sanchez getting rid of the red, so the black Aja. Is that what she's doing?
No, this is Leandrin.
That's.
Yeah.
I thought they left Leandrin with the Shan-Chan last season.
Apparently, they bring her and Nynaeve back to the White Tower.
Nynaeve. What?
This is the White Tower. That's Nynaeve. This is the Amyrlin seat in the White Tower.
Yeah.
This is the hall of the tower. So they bring Leandrin. Either she comes back on her own, which would be stupid, or she's brought back in chains to answer to the Amyrlin seat. None of which happens in the books.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
But this is the opening scene. She's, I guess, going to be punished, and then the Black Aja come out, and they have a big Aes Sedai battle, which is what you're about to see. This will be the open. This will be the opening scene of the season.
So they're not,
and we know this because of things that Rafe Judkins has said in interviews.
They're not going to do anything about trying to root out the Black Aja or anything like that.
No,
They're just coming out in the open and just going to be the Black Aja.
They just have a fight scene.
Okay.
When in the books, even when we knew that they existed, the White Tower was still denying the Black Aja existed.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds right on par. Yep.
Yeah. There's Chode is in the name. It's like a CO apostrophe.
It's a weird name.
I might be saying it wrong. Okay. And I wouldn't know how to spell it. It's more of a blower than a sucker. Sorry for using your comments. Yeah. Okay. So.
A tide sweeping us along against our control.
I mean, it looked cool. It did look.
And then
cool.
these are all the Black Aja that come in to rescue Leandrin.
Is that a dude?
Probably.
No, one of them's a midget.
No, the one that was bald. It looked like a dude. Okay.
Yeah, well, they're all ladies. Okay,
Yeah,
that's a woman,
sorry.
Jared.
I shouldn't have.
You
made that.
bigot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Really.
So that's how this show opens, and then I think Leandrin gets away, and maybe all the other Black Aja die, or maybe they get away, but she also will have a confrontation with Alana and her warders, and that's supposed to be where one of her warders dies, and it's supposed to be Rafe's boyfriend, but I think he kills off the black guy instead because he's a racist.
Interesting.
Yeah, Chodan Call. Thanks, David. Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I mean, Tarvalin is shaped like a vagina in the books, okay? They're not very subtle. And for some reason, Rafe thought it would be great to have the White Tower shaped like a penis.
I mean, okay, that might be taken a little far. But anyway, let's continue.
Yeah.
I like the look of that. I think it looks
It's fine.
menacing. I think it looks good.
In these walls and pretend we still have control.
That is never something any Amyrlin seat would say.
No.
They're constantly in denial about how much control they have. That's kind of their thing. Okay?
Pretend we still have control.
This tower is destroying itself from the inside out.
Much less let Egwene say something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is the fight with Alana and her warders.
If the White Tower does not bend the knee to Randall Thor, he will lose the last battle.
Okay.
It's fine.
Baron?
Except
What's
that
that?
Perrin's in full plate armor, and for some reason, The Trollocs are also in plate armor.
And he's fighting with a hammer.
Yeah, he does that in the books, but at this point he's supposed to have an axe.
Yeah.
There's not enough air in the world to deal with this.
And this is them, I believe, in Tarvalin, near the beginning of the season.
Who would know, though, because they use the same exact set for 3
It's hard to
towns
tell.
now.
But this is the scene where Nat is getting a portrait of himself holding the horn.
Yeah.
They'll just come for Rand. They'll come for all of us.
Oh, gosh. That's a great look. That is terrifying.
Who is that supposed to be?
That's Mo Gideon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Creepy.
That's Fael.
Okay. Looks a lot like Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah. They all kind of look... It's diversity ends up kind of all looking the same, huh?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
We're going to the last place anyone would ever look for me.
And Rand is still banging Lanfear, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
See, but he's got his hair grown out. He's grown his hair out.
That's Lanfear.
Yep.
Well,
that's Rand, Jared.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's still growing his hair out. Look, see.
Okay,
right.
Okay. I thought you were saying his hair is long.
No, he's grown his hair out.
No.
It's not shaved like it was last time.
That's a good look. I like that look for Rand.
Yeah.
Okay.
The bald
growing his hair out from season 2.
Long hair.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Great. Okay. Continue.
Trolloc. Yeah. With
But
a
here's
C.
the thing. I know that he's, like she's still in his, like trying to get in his dreams, but he learns to guard his dreams.
Yeah.
No, they're banging in real life, Jared.
No.
This looks like a dream sequence here.
This does look like a dream sequence.
It looks
I'm not sure.
ethereal and dreamlike.
Why would he be dreaming about banging her?
No, because that's what she wants him to see.
No, this is like she's looking at someone else. This isn't her
I don't
dream.
know what this thing is. This is weird. That was weird. I don't know what that was all about.
And Egwene's in some more BDSM stuff.
You do not belong here.
And she's also back in a
that's probably just a dream. She's having nightmares.
Maybe.
But
or
a flashback or something.
There's no way
it's kind of a thing in dreams.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't she? Because I thought there was some dreams that she does have when she is in the collar, because she's having those nightmares and.
It depends. Anyway.
Our people have been waiting for the Karakarn's arrival.
That's his dragon tattoo.
That looks awful.
And he's apparently got like a green emerald embedded in his arm too. If you look close.
Okay. I think
for reasons.
Looks really
so it's supposed to go all up his shoulder, and the head is supposed to be on his hand because when David hasn't read that book, never mind.
Well, because they can see it when his jacket's on.
Right. He's not supposed to be able to hide it. Like.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a thing that happens. Never mind.
Yeah. Anyway.
Can't talk about it. David hasn't read it yet.
Come on.
No. Sorry, I need to get back to it.
I'm just saying the tattoo being wrong is important.
Yeah.
It's not just an aesthetic thing. There's actually like lore, whatever.
Right, but it looks super fake. It looks like a temporary tattoo. You know,
it doesn't look like it. It just looks painted on, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And for some reason, there's like an emerald as part of it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yes, I too don't like the way she says Karakarn.
Yeah, she doesn't sound like.
Sorry, what?
It doesn't sound like it's part of her native language to say Karakan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To think it might be you.
Each step forward is a step backwards through time.
That's referring to the gates. Meridian, going, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Kind of, not really, whatever.
Right.
More banging
seduction.
Lanfear.
Yeah,
Yay.
it's weird they're putting so much of that in here.
Because that's what they like,
what people
Jared.
want to see, man.
The fans of the show, that's what they want.
Do you think
love
we're
her?
Get
Look.
the scene with Aviendha in this one?
Jared.
Yeah.
He's confronting Egwene in real life, and she's asking if he loves Lanfear. They're still banging.
Yeah.
Or he could be talking about Aviendha.
Could be referring to not Egwene or Min.
Elaine.
No, so the trio.
Min, Elaine, Aviendha.
Aviendha, yes, Aviendha.
That's literally what I just said.
Yeah, David said it.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to ignore you, David, and then
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm just kidding. Thanks, David.
These are the glass.
Is that? Oh, okay.
Pillars. It's wrong, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
What did you see in the rings?
Oh yeah, I saw this. I'm like,
and this is a thing apparently.
Kind of cool, but I don't know what they're doing.
I hate it.
Yeah.
In every future where I lived, Rand dies. And the only way he lives is if I don't.
Rand's on his knees again, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you missed that.
We don't win.
Oh, this is great. This part's great.
That's exactly what the. Wait, who is this? This isn't.
I believe that's Elaine's mommy.
Oh.
Or it could be.
Yeah, Queen.
Or Tigraine, but.
Who is the
Morghese?
Who's the one that takes? Yeah, Morghese, right?
It could be Rand's mom, Tigraine, in a flashback.
Yeah, but also that's exactly how people manipulate to win battles.
Yeah,
it's not just, especially in the world of
battles, are mostly politics.
Yeah,
it's Tigraine. Is flashback? Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
It's either Tigraine or Morghese, or Tigraine's mom. But you've noticed the very subtle imagery of having two lionesses next to her throne instead of lions, because they look more intimidating, I guess, because girl power, and they look so bad. But
lionesses on the banners too.
Don't those look horrible?
Interesting. Okay.
I think they look goofy as heck.
Yeah.
What about the audience dying? They look like, they look like dogs. They look like pit bulls, but bigger. You know, they got that
a little bit, especially
shrunken face.
The paws are really big too.
The proportions are terrible.
Yeah,
it seems off.
Yeah, it's really weird, and the shoulders are weird too. They almost look like shoulders.
It doesn't scream imposing to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what they're trying to pull off badly.
Well, especially since like her chair's so low too. Like it seems weird.
So,
also those hats are dumb.
Yeah, all the costumes in this show are horrible. But.
Don't win battles with politics and prophecies.
Wait, who's that? I didn't see.
Is that?
It's Alana. It's Alana.
Okay, and that's Gowan or.
That's her warder. That's
one?
Rafe's boyfriend.
Oh, right. Never mind.
That's the guy who told the audience to unsubscribe from Amazon Prime.
And then resubscribe and watch it first thing as soon as it drops. Yeah.
Right.
With politics and
I've already talked about how much I hate this casting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
That's not Elida. She would have been the perfect Catswain. And she's completely wrong for Elida. But
yeah, I agree.
We're not going to see Elida on screen. We're going to see Rafe's Elida, which is going to be strong and powerful and not a complete idiot, which is why he cast this woman. Because she's a great actress. So she's probably perfect for the version of Elida that he's got in his head. which isn't Elida.
Politics and prophecies.
And we're probably going to get this. Yeah, they're probably going to do the Matt scene here, except it's probably not going to be Matt. It's probably going to be Nynaeve because she already had that. I don't know.
Yeah, because she was already learning sword.
This is either Gawain or Galad. I couldn't tell you which one because I can't remember which one it's supposed to be. Because I can't remember which one's Galad and which one's Gawain.
Isn't Galad? I think Galad's the Night Cloak.
One's a white cloak and one's a warder. Can't remember which one's which.
I think Gawain is the warder. If I remember correctly.
Yeah. Don't know. Move on. That's Galad.
We win with armies.
Get ready!
Wait, is that Alana too? Or is that?
No, that's the new chick.
That's
Win with
Fail.
Fail, yeah.
armies.
Oh, look, all of the warriors of Emmons Field are women. By the way,
that's fantastic.
There's not a single man there, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, the guy on the person on the right there.
No, he's trans.
All the way might be.
They do all of it.
Get ready! Archers!
Oh, there's men.
Loose!
So the praise that the trailer was getting on X was, oh, it's so accurate because they said loose instead of fire like they did in Rings of Power, which it is the correct term. But like that's the bottom of the compliment barrel that we're scraping. Oh, they said loose and that's accurate. This is Egwene. That's the same shirt she was wearing before. I don't know what she's doing here because it's all happening too fast. Trailer
channeling in the middle of nowhere again.
Make them believe in you.
Who's that? That's not Rand, right?
That's Rand.
That's
he's got a little goatee.
Hair.
It kind of looks like he's wearing a wig.
It's Dude Bro Rand.
He probably is wearing a wig for a lot of these scenes because he's got different hair lengths.
Well, because we know that Rafe spent thousands of dollars on wigs. I think he said, was it $20,000 on wigs? Something like that?
Insane.
Crazy.
That's insane.
You. And they will follow you to the ends of the earth.
Hate it.
This is what I was born to do.
It's okay.
Yeah.
March 3rd.
Well, my only positive is that the channeling looks really good. I like that they're incorporating different colors now.
It looks beautiful.
It's better than it did before.
Yeah. But that's the only thing I could say positive about it.
Definitely he's worrying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a big picture for you.
What you looking up?
I'm trying to find the picture of Matt. Just so
Jared posing at the
yeah, I didn't see anything like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, completely out of character. They haven't gotten a single one of these characters accurate to the book.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's him in the dress.
That's Matt?
That's Matt.
What in the world?
Right?
Oh, is that Min though behind him?
That's Min and
is them trying to sneak out sort of thing?
No, is it them in Tanchico? I don't know. It's them in Tanchico.
Yeah.
Oh, because that is a lane in the background, isn't it?
I think so. But yeah, another thing we notice is that all the women have like veils on their faces, and all the guys have blindfolds on for some reason. And Matt is dressing like a woman.
That's very weird.
And we have Nynaeve in an almost worse outfit than Matt's.
Yeah. Almost. Yeah, a very interesting.
Got a nice pantsuit on.
Of stuff. Again, in a printed pattern. It's not woven or anything.
I don't know. It's interesting. It's different.
They Dude, they just went to Hobby Lobby and found a exotic print and then sewed it into a dress. Like, you can see the sewing machine seams.
Well, you got to put it together somehow.
This technology doesn't exist right now. It's silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's what all the costumes are. It's all like just prints, instead of like woven thing, But,
do we have the picture that he's posing with the horn? Because that's the worst thing.
It might have been later. Where did that come from?
I don't know.
That was on the teaser trailer.
Oh, was it?
So maybe I can look for it. But
yeah,
that's it. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah, no bueno.
It sucks.
Let's see if I can find it. But here it is. Got it.
Josh has a good point there.
So he's posing for a picture. This is from the teaser trailer. He's posing for a picture with the horn, and it shows them drawing a picture of him. And then he's using it to pick up chicks. Letting someone else hold it isn't something his character ever would have done.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Unless it's a member of his band, of the Red Hand.
Yeah. Oh, but there's Maiden's Kiss.
I don't want to kiss them. Actually, I was going to say, I don't want to kiss those maidens, but one of them looks more like Avienda than Avienda, so
yeah.
I might kiss that one. I'm married.
Yeah. Not excited for it. Can't wait to rip it to shreds.
She was scandalized by pants.
Yeah.
And by unbraiding your hair.
I don't know. Anyway, Severance is good.
Yeah, let's move on.
Severance is fantastic right now.
My gosh, I love it.
So we said in episode 3 that we were shocked that they ended that episode with reintegration, right?
Yes.
Because where do you is this mystery just gone? But I like now in this episode they're giving you the rules.
It's gradual.
It's a slow he's going to start remembering things slowly, which is perfect, right?
Yeah.
I'm like,
and I love that.
It's
that
great
line.
that they're not delaying it, but they're going to be able to still slow drip the answers,
right?
So, because if you just I have all my memories, the mystery's solved. Right?
Well, you still don't know what they're doing and all that, but yeah.
But I'm saying, this is the smartest way possible to do it.
Yes, and I love the little tidbit too. He's like, I don't remember anything. Well, maybe your innie does, or maybe your innie has remembered things. I'm like, that is also brilliant too, because the remembrance might not go both ways, and he could be making more progress as an innie, whereas his outie still doesn't know what the heck's going on. It's so many layers to it. It's so brilliant.
Well, and I think the way that they're introducing it as well is really, really smart too, because they're also keeping you very up to date with his progress, right? So literally they're like, oh yeah, he's at 81% now. Oh, now he's at 85%. And you're like, dude, you're getting close. And you still don't know, it's still not working. You're still getting nowhere closer. What is going to happen?
Yeah.
I tried looking at the other names of the files too, and I got nothing. I was like, I don't know what any of this means.
Yeah.
But what was this episode called, boys?
Trojan Horse. And we are thought to imply they had the throwaway line that the Trojan Horse was his book that was being rewritten for the innies. He's like, it's going to be like a Trojan horse. It'll infiltrate it, and maybe something will get to it.
But it was also referring to Irving and now also Mark.
Yes,
and also
Helena in the past. Yeah, because they don't know.
But I'm just saying we had that whole discussion about Greek mythology and stuff, which is Persephone and
Yeah.
Or Orpheus, getting his wife, and now there's a. And I
There's
think
a
I
lot
believe
of
one of the things we
parallels.
said, like, hey, we'll know if we're on the right track if a wooden horse shows up in one of the episodes.
Yeah, you did say that. You're right. I forgot about that.
Oh, it's just sometimes my back just hurts so much from carrying the weight of always being right.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
and I think it's interesting too in this episode that you start to see Irving, talk on that phone, and it seems to me like he's also been talking with someone about trying to give the answers, find out the answers.
We don't know who that is. It could be the same lady that Mark's talking to, but I think it's probably a separate third party that we have no idea.
I'm gonna stick with.
I've heard people. I've seen people online saying they think he's talking to Miss Selvig, which I don't like. I don't think that makes sense.
No, because Miss Selvig wasn't on board with anything. Wouldn't have been on board with anything until recently.
It might have been an older theory because I think I think there was a shot of him talking on the phone in season 1 too.
But I don't remember that. I have to go back and watch that. But
I loved he did it earlier in this season, but that was it.
Right.
So there's been 2 times in this season.
Exactly. I love the scene with Bert too, because he's been watching him. He's like, "Hey, why are you following me?" Well, because you showed up in the middle of the night shouting my name.
Yeah.
And they just make the connection like, "Oh, I don't remember that. That was my innie."
And I got fired for a relationship. But.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a good reveal too. He wasn't retired. It wasn't a retirement party. He was fired, but they told his innie that he's retiring.
Yep.
That was good.
Right. And the other thing too that I loved about this episode was the whole thing with Heliar, and when she came in and was finding out all the information.
Yes.
She is doing such a good.
Dude, she is by far.
He is doing such a good job.
The greatest actor on the show, right?
Like every time I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She is killing it. And she's had such a difficult job.
Right. And you think about it from her innie's perspective, she had the overtime contingency, right? And blurted everything, blew the whistle on everything. Next thing she knows, she's waking up being drowned in the river by Irving.
Yeah.
And then the next thing after that, she comes back in the elevator and now nobody wants to talk to her anymore. And Mark is shunning her. It's like, holy crap.
Right? And she is playing it so well because every time, they'll say something, be like, "Oh, so you haven't told her about
how you slept with your outie
and wife that
oh yeah,
right?" And she's like, "What?" Like she is visibly shook.
Yeah.
Right. And before, when they were telling stuff like that, she definitely didn't react in that way. Right. And so it's it's so cool to see the difference where you're like, oh, okay, that was definitely Helena. And this is now Helly R, where she was invested and cared about Mark. And
the thing too is we've talked about several times on the show how annoying it is when characters don't communicate and talk with each other, but it works so well when there's miscommunication, or in this case, when there's a reason for Mark not to trust her anymore, especially after the confusing encounter that he had, right? He had feelings for Helena. He slept with Helena, and then he realized, oh, it's not the innie, it's this other person. And what do you even say?
Yeah.
Even if it's so good.
Imagine, okay, so all right, we need being an actor, right? Like, we need you to play 2 different people. Two different versions of the same person, right? Like it's I guess it'd be similar to playing someone with multiple personalities, sort of, right? Like, okay, you're the same person, but you have 2 very different personalities. Okay, you're gonna be playing twins on screen, and they're very different from each other. Okay, and now season 2, that wasn't hard enough. You're gonna play the other twin. Pretending to be the other twin, and then you're going to do it the other way, right? Like,
yeah, no, it's absolutely brilliant.
She's fantastic.
Yeah, she's been doing a really good job.
Yeah, but I really feel for her. And
Mark was kind of a douche too, but then you're like,
again,
well, yeah, like
that's what I'm saying. He should.
He doesn't even know if it's still, it probably is, but it could still be Helena screwing with him.
But even if it is, even if it really is her innie, how does he go about telling her that, hey, I have feelings for you, but I accidentally slept with the other version of you, and he gets mad at Helly because she told, the Lumen knows all of their plans because they told Helly or told Helena, but he doesn't divulge that. Oh, it's because that I was so close to you and I slept with you and did all this. Like it's his fault too, right?
Yep.
But it's just it's really good.
Great.
I also love they're having seeing their life from their perspective, right? Irving isn't coming back anymore. So essentially, even though he's not really dead, he's kind of dead to them. Like hit that part of his personality.
Did you like he's not dead, he's just not here, and then hearing hearing Mark say the same thing on the outside too?
Yeah.
About his wife.
Yeah. It's really, really good.
So good.
Yeah. Well, and the thing that
now Milchick's gonna be
that whole episode.
Dude, Milchick's performance review is so like this episode. Brutal. This episode was hilarious.
Yes,
the performance
subtly hilarious though.
Yes, you've been doing good things, this, and that, and now for the bad. You use big words. I'm sorry. My vocabulary, and he immediately runs into it. He's like, please. There will be time for comments later. Whoever's doing the actor playing that guy too is fantastic.
Yeah, I agree.
And the second thing is, you didn't cross one of your T's. What was the second thing?
No, they stapled it backwards. No, it wasn't a staple. It was
your paperclip was on backwards.
Yes,
and the rest of the 4-hour meeting will be regarding the other screw up.
Yeah,
that scene where he's like. And if the meeting lasts more than 4 hours, we will break for lunch. Well, hopefully that won't be necessary. Here is the lunch menu.
yeah, that was so good.
Such a good scene.
Also, right before the performance review,
Lumen,
there was an amazing conversation with Milchick and the other lady who's like the face of the board, right?
Yeah.
In every single scene that she's been like this chipper, like unrealistic, big smile on her face, but. Then she talks with Milchick about the photos or the paintings that she received about it, and for some reason she is like horrified. There's like this look of horror and sadness and regret on her face, and then all of a sudden she's like, "It's time for your review now." I'm like, holy crap! That acting caliber just in the facial expressions is so well done.
Yeah.
Lululemon.
Yeah.
Well, what is their job? Macro data refinement.
Yes.
Well, but that's
MDR.
the thing, it's like we don't actually know what any of that is, or like what the job is, or what the company does. Like
it's cloning.
Is like figuring out what that actually is.
Yeah.
It's mapping.
There was another. I think that's part of it. I'm leaning away from aliens now. I don't.
Oh, good. Thanks. Damn it.
I've never leaned further into aliens.
No.
I think this episode
it is absolutely aliens.
Even further into I think they're definitely sequencing mapping up the brain, sequencing human genome. It could be cloning, it could be AI. But I think definitely, no matter what, if it's aliens, AI, cloning, whatever it is, they're trying to perfect human emotions and tame the 4 tempers, because they specifically talk about, in the performance review, they mentioned something about how your tempers are going to readjust or something like that. Or
that was when they were talking to Helena when she got back, and they were talking about whether or not she was going to go back in as her innie.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Tempers are improving.
Yes. So I think that's a thing, and that's why all the Lumen employees that aren't severed are super weird.
Because they're innies,
they're
David.
Emotionless. No, I think it's because they're tempering their.
I think they started off as severed employees who have now become permanent innies that can go in and out.
That might be the case.
That's why they're so weird.
That could make sense too. If they temper if they bridle all their tempers or whatever, their 4 tempers, and become like perfected humans on the innies, then the innie can take over and be the predominant personality, right? But I think I think that's the
aliens. It's about the revolt, the revolution of the innies.
Yes. Because exactly. Because the innies, that whole revolt thing, the reason why they're reviling it is because they're breaking out and succumbing to the tempers, right? Instead of
the only problem with that theory is it doesn't make sense why they're treating
Mark.
Yeah, Mark and
right. And the completion of Cold Harbor will be the greatest human achievement in all of human history.
Right. I think it's because his wife is the specific test subject that they are using to try and finalize their experiment on the human emotions and create a perfect human.
Yeah. We're saying the same thing.
It could be with aliens.
No, get that out of your head.
It definitely has to do with
it's either aliens or they're it's like the fountain of youth, but they're like creating it.
Right, exactly. It's becoming the perfect human specimen.
Yeah.
Whatever that entails, that's what they're doing.
Reprogramming the human genome to live forever and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that could explain why it's so culty.
Not necessarily to live forever, but to be submissive, right?
No, there's going to be like eternal life and cloning and stuff.
I think so too. I think that's why the Kier's house is all preserved there. They're planning on resurrecting Kier or cloning him or something, and he's going to live in his house to adjust or something because that's where he lived. Or I don't know. Whatever.
So
what else?
Well, we got to talk about the funeral. So
weird.
the episode opens up. They confront Milchek. That conversation's fun.
Well, but that's what I was going to mention that too. Is that I think it's interesting that from the very beginning of the episode, right? Because the last thing that you see in the last episode is they're like, okay, do it now, and then it goes black, right? So we don't actually know what happened to Irvin. And then the very first thing, up until about 3/4 of the episode, you're kind of thinking that they probably did kill him, right? Like they're leading you to think, oh, this guy.
No, because they showed what's this in the pan zoom thing, the Jaws thing.
It's the Alfred Hitchcock zoom.
Yeah, there's a name for it. The dolly zoom.
Yeah.
Right?
It's where they zoom in, but they move the camera at the same time. So they showed that
happening. They showed that happening to Irving on the spot. Yes. At the end of that episode, they did the dolly zoom.
Yes, but they still.
I think it's called dolly zoom.
But that still doesn't mean that they couldn't have killed him. So at least I don't know. I was thinking that
dolly zoom,
right?
Because it's you have to have the camera on the dolly,
right?
As you're zooming in.
Yeah. Alfred Hitchcock invented it.
You either move the camera forward as you're zooming out, or move the camera backward as you're zooming in.
Right. And that's where you get the weird thing where the background
distorts around
where the person in focus stays the same.
And the person's head gets a little bit rounder or unrounder.
Right.
Depending on which way you're doing it.
It's a cool effect.
Yes.
Anyway, I had thought that they might have actually killed him at that point. And so I was wondering that whole episode until they
because you're not paying attention.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
See, the other question,
media literacy, Jared. Do better.
Yeah. See, the other question I've got though, that I had at the beginning of
they could have killed him after too.
Yeah.
So.
the other question I had at the beginning of the last episode, and now again in the transition to this episode, is how do they get everyone there? Because if they snap everything and now they're all their outies, I mean, they're going to have. I don't know. It's just weird. It seems to me like they would have to have some sort of everybody go to sleep
clearly
state.
they have a sleep state too, because that's how they're introduced to the severed floor. They start out they're passed out and they wake up. Like
that's
if they have the power to separate your mind, they can make you sleep.
Yeah,
yeah.
And that's what I think the down elevator is everyone goes down there that's severed, just goes into hibernation or something. That's the other thing too, is they had someone come up
the export hall.
Yeah,
a dentist.
It was dentist scrapers.
Dentist tools, and went to the export elevator.
Well, and then and then there was the piece about the note that was left on the.
Yes, I didn't pause it.
Thinking, why did he put it back? Like, why not read it? I don't know.
Because where can he put it?
I know. I thought
if he puts it in his pocket, they'll find it as because they've tried passing notes with paper and it doesn't work.
They put it in his desk.
So he put it back. You got why he found it, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Irving told him to hang in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Irving melon was looking right at it, and it reminded him of, dude, we gotta talk about the funeral, baby. The Irving melon.
I love how they're just like eating his head.
Yeah, right.
The little girl whips out a theremin.
Dude, they had that in the last one. I had no idea they even had a musical instrument like that until my wife was like, "Oh yeah,
theremin is cool, man.
Dude, theremin's dope."
Look up some YouTube videos on it. It's amazing.
Well, and she was saying apparently that's how they did the Doctor Who theme song. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. I've had the opportunity to play one once, and I was horrible.
Really?
Right, yeah. Someone brought it to school.
That's insane. That's awesome.
That sounds really creepy.
One of the music teachers.
Yeah, it's really insane. Cool. It's got like an antenna coming up here and electromagnetic current going, and one hand.
It's science.
One hand in the proximity to the thing changes the pitch, and one of them changes the volume the closer you get to it. It's weird, man. So it's really cool though.
Yeah.
So I was impressed.
It's literally just a sound. Just think of it as a sound wave, and you are controlling how high it is and how frequent. So the frequency and
the pitch
and the
yeah.
The frequency and the amplitude.
Amplitude. Yeah.
Frequency is the pitch.
So it's literally just science music. You're just creating a sound wave by where you put your hand.
Yeah. It is really cool.
It's really hard to play.
I bet. I bet.
And most theremin music does not sound good.
Yeah. There's one YouTuber on. She just plays the theremin. She's really good at it.
I think they mentioned sticking things up their butts too.
Yeah.
And that people have tried it and it doesn't work.
They said they tried swallowing notes.
Yeah, swallowing notes.
It doesn't work. It finds any written message, whether it's encoded or whatever. Man, what else? Was that it? I can't think of anything else to talk about.
Walk hard is.
Well, I love though that it's it's the directions to the export.
Yeah, well, it's the conversation that he had with the O&D lady. Okay, can we talk?
Right.
Let's see.
Did it show what was on that piece of paper?
Mm-hmm. Look,
the one that she found. Yeah, it was directions.
Look,
but it doesn't.
Yes, David. Yes, because I got confused for a bit.
Yeah, as I tried to pause it, but I missed it.
Because this is the note.
Okay.
And I thought it said from Dad.
That's what I thought too.
And I was like,
but yeah,
is Bert his dad? And that's why they were like, oh, we feel so close to each other because we have a familial connection.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it's O&D.
Oh, O and D, right.
Yeah.
And it's just left, right. That's all it is. Yeah, it's directions to the
One
to
more
the
time,
to
all the way
exploits.
down the hallway. Okay.
Yeah. Dungeon Crawler Carl, baby. I don't know why you bring that up now, but yeah. I just finished Shadow of the Hegemon. So I'm starting
I just have
6,
to start
7.
that still.
I'm starting 7 probably tonight.
Wait, is that one out? Oh, wait.
Came out this week, bud. Valentine's Day.
Nice.
The one on Audible? Or
yeah.
Wait.
The audiobook was released this week.
Yeah, okay.
Dungeon Crawler Carl.
I was like, that's the one I need to finish. Because, the last one you had was on the beach, right? That's the one you just finished?
Yeah. The Pokemon.
That's why I said what I did. That's all it is. It's just on the beach. Okay.
I hope one of them is a sci-fi. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, the whole series is sci-fi.
Yeah, I know, but more.
So stupid. So stupid.
Obviously, the whole series is sci-fi, but all of the simulated environments have been more fantastical.
Yeah, we'll definitely play some Conan this week, either Monday, Tuesday, or sometime this weekend, depending on when David can do it. But
yep, I'm back to my.
I'm free all the
schedule,
time. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm actually probably not free Monday because.
Have you guys been playing recently? Then I just haven't gotten an invite.
We played last week on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we scheduled an appointment on the stream, so we didn't. I forgot to text you. I should have texted you. I'm sorry.
Can't believe it.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know if Monday or Tuesday or this weekend works better, but
weekend's better for me, but that's just me.
All right. Well, Friday or Saturday we'll do something because Monday is there's no work for regular people, so my wife's gonna be home, so she don't want me playing video games.
Yeah.
Video games.
Yeah, Friday or Saturday both work for me. It's fine.
Cool beans.
Conan Exiles, baby. We're playing together. I should stream it this time because we'll do it. We'll plan a raid. We're gonna do
a raid where people
they assault the base and we have to defend it. It's gonna be fun.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We decided to build a separate tower just for raids, so we can have them attack the tower that we defend.
Let's plan it. Saturday night. We'll do it.
Cool.
Anything else on Severance?
Not that I can think of.
It's so good. Oh, he does have the flashback though, and he sees his wife is out. He sees his wife.
That part was so sad. Where literally like he start to get all of his memories back, and then
the acting on his face too was just as the gradual just sadness set in was phenomenal.
Yeah,
it's really hard to act with just your face. Yeah. And Mark and Helen have just been so good.
Mark and Helena, and that one scene with the chick that's the face of the board.
Mm-hmm.
There's just the subtle changes in the face acting is just phenomenal in this series.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, is that officially? It's not getting. I thought they announced it was getting a sequel. I know they're doing a TV show. They're doing a Forgotten Realms TV show on Netflix, and it's going to be garbage. But I thought. I don't know. Maybe you've seen news that I haven't seen. I didn't know that they'd officially announced it's not getting a sequel.
That's a shame.
Because it's blowing up on Netflix right now. It's like the number one movie on Netflix.
Yeah.
I don't know if you read the headline right, but you could be referencing a headline I haven't seen yet.
I hope they do a sequel. I know it didn't do too well in the theater, but there were statements from the cast and the crew and directors and stuff saying, we didn't expect this to do a lot. We kind of.
I was gonna.
D&D, right?
Yeah.
That movie?
Yeah.
Yep. The one with.
I was gonna bring this up because I want you guys to watch it.
Well, I saw someone started it.
The Gorge is good.
It automatically played during.
I liked it. I watched it last night. I liked it a lot. It's
good.
Yeah, I wasn't.
It's not a perfect movie. It's kind of reminiscent. It made me think a lot about Oblivion with Tom Cruise. Kind of a
okay.
And that's not spoilery in any way. It's kind of a similar premise of just like two people in isolation, you know. at the end of the world, and it's not the advertising has been horrible.
Yeah, I hadn't
the
heard
trailers
anything.
are awful. That's not the movie you're seeing. Kind of. It's not what I was expecting. And it's also what I was expecting. It's hard to explain, but I liked it a lot. It's kind of like a low-budget Oblivion. Not a low budget, a lower budget Oblivion.
Yeah. I didn't hate Oblivion.
But I have a problem with the ending that so I need you guys to watch it so that I can explain my better ending.
Okay.
Sounds good. Yeah, that automatically started playing.
It's not a bad ending. It's just a little cliche, and I like my idea. I was literally dreaming about it. Like, that would have been so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But it's shockingly good, surprisingly fun.
Nice.
Well, talking about other things on Apple TV that I thought were actually okay, was I did watch the first episode of that one you recommended 2 weeks ago,
Mythic Quest.
Mythic Quest. Yeah, it's good,
fun.
Right?
Good, yeah.
My wife and I just finished season 1, and we watched the first episode of season 2. I did not think my wife would enjoy the show. It's not the type of thing that
funny.
I would think that she would like, but it's so good. Right from the start, it just kicks it off.
You just watched Oblivion? Wow, what a coincidence. That's funny. I rewatched that. I saw it when it first came out and never thought about it again. I rewatched it like a year ago. It's a really good movie. I really liked Oblivion.
It got a lot of hate when it first came out, but I liked it.
The Stranger Things guys is this the D&D? Are they doing Dungeons and Dragons?
That could be interesting.
Oh, Netflix bought the rights, and they're going to do a series instead of a sequel.
Oh,
okay. So it's an either or type thing. I thought I thought they're doing both. That's kind of crazy, though. Like a sequel with those characters, because that's specifically not set in the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah.
So it can't be a Forgotten Realms TV show, unless that was speculation and it's actually going to be a sequel TV show. But that could be good. It was a fine movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It was better than average for sure, like a 7 or an 8.
Struggled a little bit in the resolution.
Could have been way better
in Act 3, but
set in the world and timeline. Okay, there's got to be some kind of an article I haven't seen yet. So.
Well, I mean, the world and timeline is just D&D, right? So it could be a completely different part of the world with different characters.
No, he's talking about the movie, though. I'm saying the last thing that I saw was that Netflix was doing Forgotten Realms, which is not the Dungeons and Dragons movie. That's
right.
A different. They said they created their own realm for that movie. Netflix. Anyway, Mythic Quest is good. The Gorge is good. I think I'd give it. I'm stuck somewhere between a 7 and an 8, and I can't decide. But I don't like doing 0.5s. So I think it leans more towards an 8 than a 7. So I'd say. But if it was my ending, it would be a 10. If it was my ending, it'd be a 10.
Heard that a bunch before.
I could literally take the Gorge from an 8 to a 10, which is changing the ending. Literally just the ending.
All right, now we'll both have to watch it in theory, craft our own endings, and see.
Oh man,
see which one's better.
My ending is a perfect circle. It goes full circle, and the ending that they chose, a little bit cliche. Okay.
Hey, sometimes cliche is okay.
I think the reason that the ending that they went with is because it's Valentine's Day. But I think they went with a more cliche ending because it's Valentine's Day.
Gross. Who does that?
Party is still coming together. Yeah, okay. So they must have changed, or it must have just been speculation that it was going to be Forgotten Realms. That's crazy. Or are they still calling it the Forgotten Realms? Because, yeah, I'm still seeing articles from 3 days ago about the Netflix Forgotten Realms show. I don't know. I think maybe there have been some leaks and not all of the journalists have caught up. And so I'm getting a jumble of facts. But, yeah, good for... It was good enough to deserve a sequel or a spin-off TV show with the same actors. That'd be great. It is Forgotten Realms. Okay, then it can't be a sequel to the movie. It can't be.
I think it's fine if it's not. I think if it's some sort of spin-off, I think that's fine.
Look, we can't... Look. That's the problem. I want a sad ending, okay? Goodness gracious. We don't have to pay for ours. So. Gorge. Mythic Quest is hilarious.
Quest is fantastic. Oh, there was another show. I talked to you about this a little bit when we went over for lunch the other day, but there's another show that I thought was interesting. My wife and I watched the first episode and we absolutely hated it. It's called
Oh yeah, you told me.
Mark. There's a show called Reboot, and it's a brilliant premise about a writer who wants to reboot a beloved TV show.
Sitcom, yeah.
A sitcom TV show. And she changes everything about it and makes it like edgy and, throwing around swear words and everything like that. And it could be
it's basically the backstory to the new Bel Air TV show. It's like it's like taking the Fresh Prince of Bel Air and then making a sequel drama about how tough it is to be a black kid in the Bronx.
Yeah. It could have been a brilliant show, right?
But it's about the production team, yeah.
It's about the production team, everybody involved in there, getting all the old actors back together to reboot this show, right?
It's terrible.
It's so bad. The whole thing is just patting the writers on the back saying, oh, look how much better we are than this original filth that was made, just like absolutely stomping on the legacy of this made up show, right? But it could have been so brilliant if you had all the actors. They're like, yeah, I'll come back and do this, but I hate it. I hate what they're doing to my character, but I need this paycheck or something like that. And they're just the whole time is just like this struggle with the production company saying, hey, can we get this changed? Because I don't think this is in character, and just, hilarious shenanigans that happen on there and having the producers poking fun at themselves at all the times that this has happened before, in adaptations and reboots and remasters and that sort of thing. But no, the whole thing is just them patting themselves on the back, and they try to get the original creator to write some stuff and get rid of it. And they're like, no, we are not, all the actors involved are like, we are not doing this unless it's this other writer.
Unless it's the new writer. Yeah, it's terrible.
It makes absolutely no sense. It's just a big, huge circle jerk. Everybody patting themselves on the back saying we're so much better than everybody else, and we're brilliant writers. It was crazy.
I already told you yesterday the version of that show that you wanted to watch is the franchise on HBO.
Yes, which I need to watch.
Like everything that you described about what you wanted that show to be, that's what the franchise is. It's really good.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
And I think both of them got canceled after one season. But
that's sad.
Oh,
anyways,
sorry, I left that comment on for way too long.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't realize it was still up. Anyway, yeah, I think that's about. There was something else. Oh, I forgot to mention when we were talking about Severance that Mark Cherry was phenomenal in this episode too. He was hilarious. His little speech.
Yeah, the funeral.
And his insistence on a funeral, and dude, he is so funny.
Yeah.
He's like, man,
can we get a Mark Cherry cinematic universe, please, and just put him in everything?
I love all the actors involved in Severance. Like they're so good.
I'm still confused very much by this whole Miss Wong thing, but I guess hopefully it'll explain.
Yeah. Well, if it's clones, I think that she's a clone of his wife, right?
Yeah, I see.
Or something. But yeah.
The William Tell. I have not heard of this William Tell series. Is it good?
Like a Wishbone
series? Are you bringing it up because it's good or it's bad? I've never even heard of it. So, but yeah, I think that's it. That's probably it for this episode. I've been very impressed with Apple TV. I still refuse to watch Foundation. I think that's like the one big show that like I just don't.
I think I'm going to have to watch it eventually because it looks good. It just doesn't look like the source material. Right?
Oh yeah, you told me to watch a little bit of Servant, and I didn't watch it this week. I watched it last week, but Servant was pretty good too.
Yeah, we haven't gotten back to that because it's pretty heavy stuff.
Yeah, I've gotten further than you have. It's very heavy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
gets worse.
Really good. It's
it
weird.
Gets worse, David.
Uncomfortable.
It gets worse in a good way, though. It's very good.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we're gonna have to figure out where we left off on there because our progress has been.
I think you only watched the first episode.
Of Servant?
Yeah, it's tough.
We were almost done with season 1.
It's tough sharing an account.
We're almost done with season 1 of Servant.
Oh, okay. Well, I am too. I'm almost done.
Okay. Yeah, I might have been on. We haven't finished season
1. I know that Folktale. Is it good though? It looks good. Oh, it hasn't come out yet. Okay. William Tell.
Interesting.
He will have to tell us if it's good.
I'll
be here all week. It's a film. There's a film last year. Maybe I'm getting the wrong show then.
There's The Adventures of William Tell in 1958, and there's The Legend of William Tell in 1998.
That one's probably it.
Oh, I've been yawning.
1998. That's the one.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of this film? What's it called? It looks really good though. People, it's supposed to be great. Probably, I don't know. You might not have heard of it. It's pretty obscure. Citizen Kane.
Oh yeah,
I've heard
I think I've heard of that one. I may have watched it once or twice or 5 times.
Yeah.
Citizen Kane. I'm trying to think of the premise of it.
I'm making a joke, Jared. It's the most famous movie of all time.
Okay, I was like, what's going on?
Rosebud is the plot of it.
It's you should watch Citizen Kane. It's fantastic.
It's a cinematic masterpiece in the way that
it basically invented like the tracking shot, like the oneer, and like all kinds of it invented so many like cinematography tropes that have just become like, oh, that's a thing you got to do, like it is
very long for what it is.
It's very good though.
But
the story is also really good.
Yeah.
It's not a new movie. I know you're talking about William Tell. I'm doing a bit. I do comedy. The Simpsons, the Kane from Citizen Kane. I just don't watch The Simpsons. We didn't watch it when I was a kid, and so I don't want to go back and watch The Simpsons now. But I know there's some really good stuff in there.
Yeah,
I have seen the Raven episode is fantastic. The Simpsons doing Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven.
Oh yeah,
phenomenal! It's so good.
That's why I love The Simpsons. They have so many just classic episodes.
I don't have anything against them. I just didn't ever watch them. So
yeah.
I
watched. No, I'm not.
They have so many series now. It's not quite as bad, but almost as bad as watching the Luffy, the One Piece. Right? It's like it's so much content. It's overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see that the second season is coming on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yep. Soon. I don't know when, but soon.
Yeah, I didn't see
And
it.
I think I saw that they greenlit season 3 already. So,
well, it was mega successful.
Yeah, I mean, it's no wonder. It was well done,
and it was relatively cheap to produce.
A visual delight. Really, that's surprising. They had a lot of special effects in there.
I mean, compared to some of their other shows, it wasn't cheap, but they
had a lot of sets,
they were frugal with their budget.
Okay, nice. It can be done, fellas.
It's like it's like a Godzilla -1.
Right.
Not nearly as frugal as that movie, because holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a date for that, but yeah, next week. I think that's it. Sorry, I'm out of sorts tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, started yawning like an hour into the show, and I couldn't stop. Captain America came out this week.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it. Anyway,
haven't seen it. Don't care. I watched Love Hurts instead.
Yeah, next week we got Severance episode 6, Invincible episode 5, and I think Reacher season 3 also starts this week.
Oh, you know what? I had heard that.
I haven't seen the previous seasons,
so
I need to see those.
Yeah, they're good.
I got confused with all the Reacher and the Jack Ryan, and
it's not bad.
I didn't.
Yeah, I don't think it's not the kind of show you need to like cover week by week.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Cool. Cool beans.
Definitely not like Severance.
Wheel of Time is coming soon, and they're dropping 3 episodes at once, so that they can pad their number.
I don't understand. Oh, that was the other thing.
It's so that they can, David. It's so that they can pad their premiere numbers.
Yeah, it's
because if you watch 3 episodes, they can say we got a billion hours watched on the premiere. That's literally the only reason.
Because they don't.
The other reason, though, historically, is all the shows that have dropped 3 episodes at once haven't had a whole lot going on until you watch.
Yeah, but the episode 1 of season 3 is supposed to be the most exciting thing they've ever put on screen.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's just it's women just blowing each other up. Sorry, blowing each other up.
Yikes. But yeah, that brings up another thing is I don't know why they dropped 3 episodes of Invincible at the same week, because like I said, episode 1 had a lot of crap in it. Not a lot of crap.
And they're like long episodes too. Like
lot.
you did not need to do 3 episodes of Invincible.
Right.
That was a silly choice.
Yeah, because now they're already halfway through the season. It's like
that was a bonehead move in my opinion. Season 1 had so much going on.
We could have been talking about Invincible for 2 months, and now it's just a 1 month blip.
Yep.
But
exactly. It's not a high bar with Wheel of Time on Prime.
I'll take it over a mid-season siesta with an 8-episode season.
Yeah. That's true.
Wheel of Time, Daredevil Born Again starts the week after that. And then as soon as Daredevil's ending, Andor starts up. And I don't know how long that's going to last on the schedule, because are they going to drop 3 episodes at once? So I've got a little question mark, 1 through 3.
Yeah. I don't think Disney's ever done that.
Yeah, they have.
With all their shows, have they? Oh, no, you're right.
Yes,
you're right.
Yeah.
That's
the
never knowing.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part. Daredevil is a high bar. I know people are hopeful. I don't think it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be mediocre.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like, it's going to be it's going to be
good.
Reminiscent of the Netflix show, but something's going to it's just off.
Right.
It's going to feel wrong the whole time.
The problem is they've sullied it's on Disney Plus.
Okay.
But the problem is they sullied the name of Daredevil by dragging him into She-Hulk, and they've sullied
him into She-Hulk's bed.
They've sullied Kingpin by dragging him into
Echo,
Hawkeye, and Echo.
and Hawkeye,
and it was just a massive
having a
character.
A girl a quarter his size beat the crap out of him.
Yeah. I wasn't opposed to that scene in concept if she had used her trick arrows as to get an edge on Kingpin, but no, she goes hand to hand with him. It was dumb. Anyway,
I know a lot of people are
Justin, you're right.
Excited about it.
We'll see.
And I think a lot of people are going to be saying, "Oh, it's really, really good," and it's just not going to be the same quality. It's not going to be that good.
Also, I take issues with them calling it Born Again when they're not following the Born Again storyline.
They already did Born Again storyline. Season 3.
Yeah. Kind of.
They literally yes. Not kind of. That was it.
Yeah.
But
we'll have to find a way to watch Daredevil, and I'd be interested to see Andor too, but I'm not paying Disney money.
Nope.
We'll say that.
I'm not either, baby. Okay. So we'll see you guys next week. It'll be fun. And hopefully one of these weeks we'll get the Prophet of the Dragon back on the show to talk Severance. He's going to want to. He's been busy. But I'm glad he tuned in for the beginning of the episode. I warned him it was going to be phenomenal. So, yeah. Anything else? You guys got anything else?
No, that's it.
I showed my kid Nacho Libre. He thought it was okay. He's 9, so a lot of the jokes are going over his head. But he still said it was a good movie.
Did he see Napoleon Dynamite yet?
No, that you got to be in like at least high school for that to be funny.
Yeah, well, but that's why I think Nacho
I showed it to my kids and they didn't appreciate it. My oldest liked it, but the rest of my kids didn't think it was that funny.
Then I showed him.
Although they did
first Michael Keaton Batman too, and he loved that one.
My kids have gone on a Batman spree. We've watched all the Batmans with them. It was fantastic. So, we I don't remember which one we started with. I think we started with Batman Begins, and then we watched all the Christopher Nolan ones.
No, you gotta start with the cheesy ones first.
We went back and did those.
You gotta do those first. You gotta set the bar lower, and
that's true. Yeah,
and then blow their minds with the Christy V. Nolans.
Yeah.
So we'll be here next week. We'll probably also hopefully be streaming on Saturday some Conan Exiles. And I've had diarrhea since Easter's, baby. This is the worst lunch I have ever had.
So good.
I could literally quote that movie from start to finish.
So good.
It's phenomenal, man. Remember when when you liked seeing Jack Black on screen?
Right.
I miss those days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mando season 3, case in point.
Yeah.
Talk about people who stabbed their best friends in the back on stage. Daniel Greene, Jack Black.
Yeah.
What's worse is he egged him on. Like he set up the joke for his stage mate to do the punchline of, and then said, "Ooh," on social media, "I'm sorry that you guys didn't like his punchline. I'll never tour with him again."
He didn't say I'll never tour with again. He said we're gonna not tour right now. Jack Black. How do you say black in not Italian? You know what I'm saying in
Spanish?
Romance. No, it's Caesar.
In Romance.
Latin. How do you say black in Latin?
Oh.
I'm gonna Google it. We're not ending the stream until I know how to say black.
I think it's closer
in
to the
Latin.
I think it's close to the
no,
Spanish
not Latin
pronunciation.
Don't Google black in Latin.
Oh dear. The stream has gone off the rails.
The first word that comes up is not a good word.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Google English to Latin and then type in black. Okay, it's close. I'm not going to say it. Okay.
Yeah. I figured.
No.
Have fun.
Hey, it's safer than Spanish.
Yeah.
I'd say Spanish is the closest to being a bad word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
French. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. See you guys next week. It's been super fun. And don't assault anybody, please.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to immediately believe all women and cancel you from the show. So, see you guys. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
And now it is time to say goodbye.
We had a great conversation.
It's been fun. But all good things must come to an end, and the goodest ending I can think of is...
Right now, this moment, this night.
So I guess we just say goodbye.
So, goodbye.
Toodaloo. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dao day. But come back next week for more outrageous bloopers.
This is the end.
Well, there's only one thing left to do.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If it's true, please take a minute to subscribe to the channel, and you can join us along for the ride. And if you pay me, I'll try to be more entertaining. So please consider joining Patreon and getting your name in the credits with pride.
I'd buy that for $1.